So we got Montpini and Crowley deep, and Central's going to kick it off. They're going to go from our right to left, and that looks like number 10 for Central, Connor Hamill, ready to kick it off. And we are underway in Bedford, and it's not that deep. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a penalty. So they kicked it out of bounds, going to give Bedford a little bit advantage, and Bedford's going to be the first one to take possession going from our left to right.
Well, obvious, Mike, that's just to keep it away from Montpini on a run back. He's very prolific runner. Like the idea, but you'd like to get it down the field and have it lay on the field, get the coverage team down there to just stop the run back. But that's awful good field position to start from at the 37-yard line.
So looks like Morgan is going to break out Bedford, and we're going to go 3 to the right, 1 to the left. And I'm just trying to see. It looks like Norfleet in the backfield. So Bedford with their first possession, ready for the snap. Man in motion, hands off to Norfleet, goes far side, cuts it up over the 40, gets to about the 44-yard line with about 6 yards.
Just continues to do a great job as the pretty much the lead running back for Bedford. Nice cut up field there, got around the corner. Good inside block by the, looks like the left tackle got a good inside block.
Bedford with possession, picked up 7 yards on that one. Here we go. Again, in the backfield is Norfleet, direct flat. Morgan, hands off to Norfleet, comes this way now, tries to cut up, gets close to the first down, but doesn't get there and is tackled by a host of Central players.
Maybe half a yard short, Mike, it looks like. So it'll be third and about half a yard.
So Bedford comes out with two straight running plays.
They said first down.
Give it to him. Wow, that was generous.
That did not look it.
That was generous.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll take it.
They'll take it.
All right, Norfleet still in the backfield with Bedford running their spread offense. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan comes up and checks the play at the line. Norfleet shifts, comes this way. Still in the backfield. Ready for the snap. Back down, hand off to Norfleet straight up the middle. He gets 5 or 6 yards before he's brought down. So something's working with the Bedford game plan. They're 3 times on the ground, 3 times positive yards.
They're going to try to nibble. They're going to try to, they're looking at the just inside the tackle or just outside the tackle. They look like they're turning up the field very quickly. They're going to take this in chunks.
Looks like Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Bedford driving into Central Territory, fakes to Toscano, fires off to the flats, and misses Crowley. So that did not get any advantage there.
Well, that's just a matter. That ball really sailed there on Tommy. But he does have to throw the ball with that kind of zip because he's got a defender coming up against his receiver. He's got to get the ball to him quickly.
Toscano and Lagulon in the backfield with Morgan. They got Bedford comes out 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Now we're shifting here. Logano shifts, and we've got Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Direct snap, high snap, brought down, kept by Morgan right up the middle over the 40. Nice job.
Excellent job by Morgan, concealing the football.
Yeah.
And great fake. You could clearly see the lineman. They were trying to tackle the running back.
He almost snapped it over his head.
Yeah, he did.
So if you're just joining us, Bedford on their first drive into Central Territory with 10:21 to go in the first quarter. Bedford has the ball, driving in Central Territory. 2 in the backfield again with Morgan. Looks like Toscano and Lagulon. Hands off to Toscano, comes this way over the 40, cuts up, and immediately hit by 2 or 3 Central guys. Not much on that one.
Yeah, I might have got 2 or 3. Nice job. Ran laterally and then turned upfield. That was just good defense by the cornerback. Knocking off the Chabrick's or Glennon's block and making a nice form tackle there on the right side.
So Bedford with possession with 9:49 in the first quarter, driving in Central Territory, going from our left to right. Looks like Lagulon and Toscano in the backfield. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. In Central Territory, Morgan ready for the snap. Snap comes back. Fakes to Lagulon under pressure, and he's going down. Yeah, there was 2 guys in the backfield.
Yeah, it was a blitz package. Looked like he did a nice outside move around 68, Timothy Galmaga.
Yeah, Toscano, Morgan thrown for a loss. Now Bedford is on the Central 42-yard line.
14,
third and 14. In the backfield was Anagnos. High snap. This time he falls on. Looks like Central's got the ball. Bad snap, and Central got it.
Yeah, that's the second bad snap I've seen. It might have even been
in this drive.
In this drive. in that situation. Really working off that left end there on that blitz package there. Remember we talked about the early. Central's going to need something to motivate him, Mike. I think they just got that there. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Real important for Bedford to make a stop here.
You talk about turnovers, you talk about injuries, you talk about penalties. Bedford gets the first turnover, and now Central's
gives the first turnover.
Gives the first turnover. Now Central's in Bedford territory on the 49-yard line. And here we go. Hockham comes out. Looks like Hockham and Desir in the backfield with Hockham. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Central. Hockham back to pass, straight back, under low pressure, far side, and he's going to be tackled by Twite.
Yeah, what a great job. Twite never gave up. Had a great game against Dover last week. He's on fire at the end of the season. He's really worked hard on his outside move, and it's really having an effect. He faked the inside slant and then rolled right around. What I liked about that is he just kept on going. I believe I'm going to get there, and that's just what happened. So, nice play by Andrew Twite on the outside.
Nice job. So Central now, if you're just joining us, Central with the football going from our right to left after Bedford coughs up the ball after a nice drive in the first quarter. 8:25 to go in the first quarter. Again, Hockham in the backfield. Desir hands off to Desir, tries to go on the right-hand side. He's immediately swallowed up. No gain there.
Yeah, this is exactly what Bedford needed. A big play on first down defensively, and then a stop at the line. Now you got 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
Don't know why they ran the ball right there. You're 14 yards. You gotta do something, either an underneath pass or whatever.
Yeah. So check that. Desir did get 3 yards, but just got not quite to the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 11, 7:52 to go on the Bedford. What's at the 50-yard line, just inside the 50-yard line in Bedford territory.
No risk taken here at all. Looks like both teams are feeling each other out here, Mike, offensively on both sides.
Central 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Hockham waiting for the snap. Direct back under pressure, steps up, fires the ball downfield, wide open, caught. Big gain down to the Bedford 30. That was a nice catch.
You said it. That was outstanding mechanics by Hockham right there. Set back, stepped up, got the zip on the ball he needed. That's very difficult for a cornerback to recover when you throw a ball like that on right on cue.
Alex Gilmet with the catch, and a beautiful catch for a first down.
It's a big first down, Mike.
7:20 to go. Central driving into Bedford territory. 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Again, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Hockham waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, hands it to Desir straight up the middle, and he gets stopped maybe for a yard gain.
Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't cut out to the left side. He had a lot of running room right there. He chose to go up the middle. I don't think he saw it, but if he had rolled left, there was probably 20 yards down there to grab.
One of the things we talked about, and one of the weaknesses with Bedford's defense is their pass defense, and Central just exploited.
Well, they tend to play a little soft, Mike. We've been talking about that play soft off the receivers. Sometimes you got to challenge a little bit tighter.
Central with the ball, driving from our right to left in the first quarter. 6:34 to go in the first quarter. Hockham again. Central 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Hockham direct snap, fakes, fires this side, and that is caught, but he goes directly straight down. That's number 32, Mikhail Nama.
Yeah, play by design there. Hockham does a good job. We saw it in other games. He'll look downfield, another receiver, and then the last second, he knows exactly where he was going all the time. That was a good fake. The cornerbacks stay off. He was open. Pass was a little low, but didn't have a lot of running room anyway. So it'll be, what, third and about 3?
3rd and 2 or 3 with just under 6 minutes here in the first quarter with Central.
Sure, this is 4-down territory.
Driving, absolutely. Okay, so Central brings now 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hockham, Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Desir waiting for the snap. Looks like he moved, but fires on the right-hand side. That's caught, and that goes down in the flats for a first down, and he's finally brought down. That's number 24. That's Rivera. That's the guy. That was the running back who now they're throwing to now.
This is just excellent film review on Bedford, Mike. I was saying this downfield, deep downfield doesn't work against Bedford. Bubble screens don't work too well, but underneath, behind the linebacker core is where Bedford's defense has been a little suspect throughout the year, and that's exactly what they saw in film, and they're attacking it right now.
1st and 10 on the Bedford 16. Central driving. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Again, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Hockham waiting for the snap. Comes back, looks near side, caught, brought down immediately. And that looks like that is number 32
I'm not sure he got
again.
back to the line of scrimmage,
That's
Mike.
Nama. Maybe lost a little.
Yeah,
maybe
got
not.
a yard.
Maybe a yard or two. Yep.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8 or 9. Looks 8 on the 15 with 4:55 to go. Central driving. You're just joining us. Bedford had the ball. They drove, had 3 consecutive first downs, then coughed up the ball on the bad snap. Central took over, and now they're driving down into Bedford territory on the 15-yard line. 4:42 to go. No score here in Bedford. Winner goes on to the playoff. Loser goes home. Central, 3 to the right, one to the left. Desir in the backfield, straight back. Hockham, straight back, far side. Nobody takes up field, turns, got room. Gets into the 10, to the 5, and finally dropped out of bounds.
Wow.
That was close.
He got away with one right there. Wow.
Bedford kid hit him as he was going out of bounds. No flag.
He grabbed him 3 yards and pulled him down, and it was the quarterback. It wasn't like it was a running back. Really surprised. He reached for the flag, but I think he saw it wasn't.
In the NFL, they would have thrown the flag.
Yeah, they would have, but
this
not
is tough
here.
high school football.
That's right.
Not
They still
here.
play tough
This is
football
New Hampshire
here.
tough football.
Absolutely. Nice choice by Hockham to take the ball downfield. Quarterbacks at high school don't do that enough. When you see that opening, grab the yardage. It's high percentage yardage. Take it.
1st and goal from the Bedford 5. Central threatening to draw first blood. 4:23 to go. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Hockham ready for the next snap. Desir fires over. Hockham pulls it up and runs into the end zone.
Yeah, that's
so
again what I just say.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's there, you
Central.
take it. In a high school level, if the quarterback is a solid kid, you take that run every time, and you don't waste any time. If it's there, take it. Because if you do take it and you start bringing that kind of yardage forward, Mike, what does the defense have to do? They start getting tentative about the quarterback, and they start leaving their receivers open for the next round.
So we talked about not seeing this kid Hamill, and here he is in the first possession. He's out to
very well orchestrated offensive drive by Central all the way down the field.
Central ready for the point after. Ball is down, up, missed it.
And those always hurt. Those always hurt.
So the score is Central 6, Bedford nothing. If you're just joining us, Central draws first blood. They missed a point after. It's 6-0 Central, 4:17 to go in the first quarter. I'm Mike Robinson with Steve Beals at Bedford Stadium, and we're listening on
WBNHLP Bedford 105.1 FM. And if for those watching us on television, we are happy to bring you audio and visual, folks, on BCTV, Channel 23 Bedford.
Wow, that was great. What a promo. So, guys,
Harry, you wanted it, baby. You're going to get it. Let me tell you, pal. They're going to know who we are.
So, listen, Steve, I thought Bedford looked good in their first drive.
I did, too.
We did see in that last drive 2 snaps almost go over the head of Morgan. The first one he corralled in. The second one he couldn't get to, and that was the turnover.
I was going to say something earlier when Bedford was at the 50-yard line. The defensive coordinator obviously has these guys pounding the center in the A-gap. You could see double A-gaps were covered, and they were really hitting hard, and they were getting off the ball as soon as it moved. And that puts a situation where you get the center thinking about blocking rather than snapping, and that's when those problems happen.
So back deep, Crowley Mumpini for Bedford, and we saw the first time Central kicked off. They'd rather kick it out of bounds and take a penalty than kick it to Mumpini. That was smart. Let's see what happens here.
It's the first couple drives, Mike. I mean, right now it looks like Central's got a good film review on Bedford.
Central
right now.
Ready to kick. Kick is up, but again, another short kick. Fielded on the far side. Picked up by Bedford. They get up to about the 37-yard line. Bedford says they have it.
I think they do, but it was loose.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what happens. Who's got it?
I think Bedford's got it.
Bedford's got it.
Yep. Totally agree with this call to kick it, to loop it, to pooch it right down the field. Do not put it in number 5's hands. Do not understand why more coaches don't do this in high school. Why in the world would you kick it to a prolific player like a Shanruk Hussein or a Ty Hicks from Pinkerton or a Lucian Mumpini? These are special guys. When they get the ball in their hands, they can make you look real bad. Coach Ryan's taking it out of the game.
Bedford breaks. We've got Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Ready for the snap. Man in motion, hands off, fake up to Morgan, keeps us right up the middle and gets to about the 42 before he's whacked down.
Yeah, doing a real good job with the exchanges, but give Central credit there. Their defense stayed home.
They aren't biting.
They're not biting. They're not chasing it. And they've strategically got the right guys in the right places to cover those plays.
Under 4 minutes in the first quarter. Bedford trying to...
Yeah, let's watch the snaps, Mike.
...answer this here. The snaps are important. I'm not sure if they've changed the the center or not, but hopefully they'll get that squared away. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Here fakes to Norfleet. Morgan far side, gets up to the 45 to the 47.
He's real
close to the first down.
He's real close. He looks like he might be, what, Chris, maybe a half a yard short, right? Yeah, about half a yard short, I think. So that's a big third down here.
Bedford with the football, driving from our left to right against Central. Central has drawn first blood. They're up 6-0 here in the first quarter.
Tempo is going fast now, Mike. Bedford's looking at boosting the tempo.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Comes back. Morgan again takes it right up the middle for the first down. Gets into Central territory to about the 47-yard line.
This starts to drive defense is crazy when the quarterback will run the ball. It takes puts a whole new dimension in the game and forces the defense to react to that and start to bring more guys into the box to cover, which puts more one-on-one matchups on the passing game.
Just under 3 minutes here in Bedford in the first quarter. Bedford with the ball. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. In the backfield is Norfleet with Morgan. This time they hand it to Norfleet, and he immediately gets swallowed up, and he's going to lose a yard or two.
Wow, this is something we saw with Goffstown with Central a couple weeks ago. Their defensive line is strong. They have been in the weight room since January. They didn't show up at July, and that's the difference right now is when you get in the weight room in January and you commit to the program, at the end of the year, you're big. You're still bigger. You're getting bigger, faster, and stronger, especially in your senior year, and this is what's happening right now.
Bedford with the ball, driving from our left to right in Central territory at about the 48-yard line. We've got Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. In motion is Monpini. Fake to Monpini. Under pressure, Morgan's going to be sacked. He's lucky he hung on to the ball with a big loss.
Remember we were talking, remember I said, Mike, at the beginning of the game, the offense and defensive line of Central is for real. This isn't just about Julio Rivera and Hockham and Gilmet and the other core of receivers that they have. They're great. They're excellent. Good play. But that's what impressed me when they started standing up to Goffstown and not giving up. Bedford's got to really focus now on getting their offense going.
3rd and 17, Bedford. Now empty backfield, so we got 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. He goes back under a lot of pressure again. Now comes up, gets to 50, gets to the 45, gets up to the 40, close to the first down. No, he fumbled the ball, but the ground caused the fumble. So that's they're going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 1 or 2. And, you know, this is 2 down.
How they didn't call that block in the back, I'll never understand. Right at the play. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
What? The ref was looking right at it. He didn't call it. I can't believe that wasn't a penalty. But good for Bedford that it wasn't.
So 4th down and about 1. Morgan now checking. Is he going under center? He's going under center. Looks like we got Toscano in the backfield. They might be trying to draw him off. That's what they're doing. They're waiting. They're going to probably call a timeout here.
Yeah, either that or they're going to change up if he's got the time. He's got to be really careful about not taking too much time. There's confusion out there.
So here we go. Same thing. Toscano in the backfield, and he spiked it.
I can't believe what I just saw.
He just turned the ball over.
And that's well, you know what it is. In that situation with that much confusion, Coach Stank's got to call a timeout there.
Wow.
The quarterback's confused. There was communication problems between the receiver core. That's what happens. He wigged out. Not wigged out. He just got confused.
Yeah, no question.
Lost the sense of the situation. He panicked. He's a new quarterback, and that situation, especially with a backup quarterback, and this is what I like about Coach Stank. He's sitting there with his hand in his helmet, and he's working with a kid.
So Central
trying
takes
to make him
over.
progress. But that's a big play in the game, Mike, right there. It wasn't 4th and 4.
Big mistake in the game is what I'm going to call it, not a big play. With 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, Central's going to take over when Bedford went down on downs. And here we go. We got Desir in the backfield with Hockham. They come out 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion coming this way is Rivera. Hand to Rivera. Tries to cut up, and he's immediately brought down. Maybe get a yard or 2.
Nice job by Bedford line. Getting separation on those offensive linemen. My key, when you start running east to west and looking for a cut up, those linemen have to hold their ground, get separation from the offensive linemen so they can get rid of them and make the tackle. Nice work there by the Bedford defensive line.
So Central may not be in a hurry to run this play. They're going to probably wait till the quarter runs out.
I think they will, Mike.
Central does have the football. They're leading 6-0. The first quarter is going to come to an end. Maybe we might get a playoff. Let's go. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, I think they're going to run it.
So Central comes out. They go 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Looks like Revere in the backfield now with Hockham. Hockham hands off, fakes to Revere, runs it far side. tries to get up, and he gets out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, and he gets nothing.
Okay, yeah, but he gets nothing. He just did everything. He did everything right. You got a 6-0 lead. What's he do? Does he try to force a pass downfield that isn't there? No. That's the kind of maturity that you want in a quarterback. This kid's only a junior. That's a big play right there because he didn't force a mistake and have a pick six or something like that. That's big, Mike.
Good point. 3rd and 9 with 3.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. So they're going to get one more play here. Central comes out. They're going to run 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Rivera's in the backfield with Hockham, straight back. Hockham, far side, looks, fires downfield, and it is...
Oh my word, I can't believe it. He got it.
Should have been intercepted. And that is Rivera again.
Well, you know what it is Hockham
downfield.
Hockham has
down.
a rocket for an arm, and he's got power to throw deep. I think what happened there was it looked like the Bedford defender stepped up and it sailed over his head because I didn't think it was going to make it that far. As soon as he stepped up, he knew he was in trouble because he was angling back and he couldn't get the ball. For those folks out in listening on radio, he stepped up and wasn't able to pick. But I agree with you, Mike. That should have been a pick right there.
That was, it was not Rivera in the backfield. Rivera was spread out, and he went down and he caught that pass for the first down. That was a 3rd and 9, and I'll tell you, Hockham saw the field and fired downfield and with a first down for Central. So now the first quarter just ends with Central leading 6-0, and they got that on a turnover from Bedford when their first possession marched right down the field, stuck in the end zone. Point after was not good. So here is the beginning of the second quarter with Central now threatening again to put more points on the board. Here we are in Bedford. You're watching it live on
WBNH LP Bedford 105.1 FM. And for those watching television, thank you for joining us. BCTV Channel 23. How many years has Channel 23 been in business?
Oh, boy. How many?
I think about 7 or 8, right? Yeah.
1997.
Long time. So welcome all those watching and listening.
Central, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Desir the backfield with Hockham. Hockham under pressure, fires far side. That is caught.
What a pass.
Out of bounds. And that was number 24, Rivera. So
Hockham continues to impress me, Mike, as a quarterback. He's really developing the decision-making out there that you look for a more mature quarterback to make. That's exactly what he's doing.
So he picked up 4 yards on that. We got 2nd and 6 with a second quarter just starting.
Talk about generous spots. Wow.
So this is number 21 in the backfield. Help me with that name, Steve.
Yeah, that's Trevor Jawadzik.
Jawadzik. We'll go with Jawadzik. How's that? Jawadzik in the backfield. And we got a flag on the play.
I don't know.
We don't know what it is.
Real quick, Bedford with 35 yards of total offense. Central with 84.
No surprise.
Yeah, Tommy Morgan 0 for 2 with 0 yardage passing. And Central Hockham is 4 for 5 with 68 yards. And rushing looks like Bedford's got 35 yards and Central has 16. So
courtesy of Harry Kozlowski. Thank you, Harry,
Thank
down
you, Harry.
there with the WBNH 105.1 radio. He does
Pass it
stats
on
as well.
down.
He does everything. So here we go. Number 21's in the backfield again with Hockham. They're going to go 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Central in the Bedford territory. 2nd down on about 3. Hockham straight back. Under pressure. Tries to fire downfield. He does, and that is out of bounds. No good.
Great decision, throwing it out of bounds all along. There was nowhere to go. Still leaves him, instead of losing a line of scrimmage, 4 or 5 yard loss, he's back to the line of scrimmage with 3rd, and he's clearly in 4 down territory, Mike.
No question. 11:45 to go till halftime with Central threatening on the Bedford. Looks like the 29-yard line, but this thing had a penalty in the play before. Pushed them back. Incomplete. 3rd and 12 now here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
Capacity crowd here, no doubt, on senior night.
Senior night, great night, great.
And really a playoff game.
No question. Yep. All right, so it looks like we have an empty backfield now. Hockham, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Hockham straight
Look
back.
for him to
takes
run.
It, fires upfield, gets it up to the 20. There's a flag, gets about the 18, then out of bounds. So
yeah, I think that's going to be a defensive penalty. It looked like there was some unneeded roughness there, unless it was a hold.
Ryan Ray is screaming at one of his players.
Okay, maybe it isn't then.
So it is holding, and it is against Central. Ray saw it. He was out there in his face. That's the kind of coach he is. I'll let you have it.
That is a very important play. There was no need of any penalty or holding there. Hockham clearly had that left side down to run, Mike, and that's a big play, and Coach Ryan Ray knows it.
So 11:38 to go till half. It's going to be third now and about, what do we got, Steve?
It's got to be, looks about 18, 19 yards, I would say. Looks like 18.
They got third and 17 on the 34. Good call. And we got a timeout here by Central.
Like Central.
They want to talk this thing over as they're on the Bedford 34-yard line with possession. 11:38 to go with Central leading Bedford 6-0.
The whole strategy changes when you get a penalty like that, Mike. Your offensive tempo now is all discombobulated off of that play because, or not discombobulated, but it's just you lose that momentum.
Yeah, right.
And Coach Ray calling a timeout, he realizes how important every inside the 30-yard line of Bedford, you got to score somehow. I don't know. I haven't seen his kicker, but
well, we saw. You're talking Central.
Yeah,
we saw him point after kick it left.
Yeah,
wide
so
left.
If that's indicative of what he's dealing with from a kicking game, he really needs to get 6 points here. Probably they may want to take a serious look at going for 2 if they can get in the end zone from Central's standpoint. But Coach Ray is right to call this timeout, Mike, to reset his offense and recognize, look, we got 2 plays to get 17 yards.
So it looks like Central's going to come out with an empty backfield. Hockham in the backfield by himself with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball's on the 34-yard line. 3rd and 17 after that holding penalty. Pushed him back. Hockham straight back as the ball looks downfield, tucks it and runs, then fires, and that's incomplete.
Yeah, you have to pull that in. There's 2 big mistakes by one. A holding penalty, another one, a drop pass right in the breadbasket. He was kneeling down. That would have made it 4th down and 2. Bedford
that was going to Nick Olbrice.
Yeah, usually a pretty sure-handed receiver. Surprised he didn't pull that one in, but that's big for Bedford, those last 2 plays.
4th down and 17 to go on the Bedford 34-yard line, and Central is going for it.
We'll see if they try to pin him deep. Hockham can punt the ball, Mike. Be interested to see if they do that here.
Hockham empty backfield, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Ready for the snap. Hockham takes the ball, and that's what he does. A quick kick trying to pin back Bedford. Takes a Central bounce, and they're going to let it get down inside the, looks like
I like the call, Mike. That's a lot of yards, 17
4-yard
yards.
line maybe?
Yep. I like the call from Central standpoint to do that.
Pin him back.
Hawkins, we saw him do that before. He's done it throughout the year systematically. Nice call.
Nothing wrong with playing for position, and that's what Coach Ryan Ray did right there. They're thinking that their defense is going to stop Bedford. Bedford's going to have to punt it, and they're going to have great field position.
Well, it's just good. The offense for Bedford isn't working. You have to put them deep in the zone. Maybe you get the ball back.
So Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Direct snap, hands to Norfleet, comes this way, gets a little hold, spins back, and gets tackled.
It's like about 4.
Some positive yards there.
I think Coach Stank is right to keep this on the ground to see if they can get a little yardage to get out of this deep section of the territory without taking too many chances.
Bedford with the ball. Looks like Anagnos in the backfield now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Hands off to Anagnos, far side, tries to cut up. Immediately brought down, maybe a yard, but brought down by a Central tackler.
Big play of the game here, well, certainly of the first half. If Central is able to hold Bedford, it's going to put them deep in the territory.
Ryan Ray's theory about doing a quick kick and pinning Bedford work. 3rd down and 4, 10:39. Bedford with possession going from our right to left, deep in Bedford territory. Anagnos in the backfield, fake to Anagnos. Morgan fires on a slant. Nice pickup.
What a nice pass by Tommy Morgan.
Crowley. That was beautiful.
What a nice pass.
Bang play.
Well done by Tom Morgan. That's a big
down.
play for Bedford to get out of the deep territory and get the 1st down.
Gutsy call there.
Sure was.
10:25 to go until halftime. Looks like Anagnos gets the ball, comes this way. He's immediately swamped down. This is a strong kid, but he's with 5 Central kids on him. He's not getting much.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, defensive end work by Central tonight, along with Andrew Twite on the Bedford Bulldogs. defensive ends putting in some time today.
Lost a yard, 2nd and 11, balls on the 24. Just under 10 minutes now to go till halftime. Looks like Toscano is in the backfield now with Morgan. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan waiting for the snap. Snap comes back, hands off to Toscano, far side. Tries to cut it up, gets some positive yards to the 30, about the 32-yard line. And the flag goes down. That comes down in holding territory, Steve. I don't know.
It looks like there was 2 flags down, actually. I don't know if it's for the same penalty.
Here's the call.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be holding on
against
Bedford. Yeah, very costly penalty.
Yeah, that's going to be 10. That's going to push him back. That's a momentum killer when you get those type of penalties, especially deep in your own territory when you're trying to get forward motion.
Central's doing a good job. Bedford's kind of coming in low on the offensive line. They're trying to get position. Central's kind of pinning them down on the ground. You can see that they're pushing Bedford away down the ground, and what's Bedford, in order to stop the penetration, they're grabbing shirts, and I think that's what happened there on the right side, Mike.
So
Crowley checks back in.
Crowley in, Lugulon out with 9:39 to go till half. Bedford with a costly penalty pins them back down to the 17-yard line.
It's almost 2nd and 19, I think.
Can't keep
17?
Going. Yeah, it looks like 18 up on the board, so good call, Steve. So looks like we've got Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. Bedford brings 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bedford with the ball. Morgan waiting for the snap, goes back, direct snap, falls back, throws a little screen off to the side to Glenn and nowhere. That's a loss. Yeah.
You can feel it a little bit right now from the sidelines. I think the sidelines is struggling a little bit with allowing Tommy to do higher risk plays, and the running game isn't working. So, at some point, not at this point, but at some point, you're going to have to let Tommy do things.
Toscano in the backfield with Morgan. This time we got 3 to the right, 1 to the right, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan straight back to pass, then hands off to Toscano up the middle, and he's immediately brought down. That's a great play by the Central. I ought to get his number. That was number 36 for Central, who's hung in there, and nice tackle. So we're going to go with Cooper Varano.
You can see Mike's systematic form tackling. This isn't just 1 or 2 guys. The whole team is tackling well. They're square to the line, and they've got their hips square. They're doing a great job. You haven't seen this against any other team so far against Bedford this year.
Chandler back deep with Anama back deep for Central, and Bedford ready to punt it away. That was almost over his head, too. This is a high punt. Central's going to get away with it, and it takes a little bit of a Bedford bounce, but doesn't even clear Bedford territory. Central's going to take over about the 49-yard line of Bedford with 7:58 to go in leading 6-0.
Yeah, Bedford actually in some respects is fortunate that it's just 6-0 right now.
Yeah,
because it's been all one way, and Central's going to have to get in. These are the sort of games that, as Bedford's kind of marinating here in the crock pot, waiting to get something going, Central's got to be scoring at these times, because once they do get it going, they may not be as fortunate. So I would start to say this drive is almost at the critical stage for Central to be able to get some points.
Desir in the backfield with Hockham, and they go 2 to the right, 2 to the left on the Bedford 49-yard line. Central with the ball. Straight back, Hockham. Far side looks. Boy, that looked like that was a penalty.
He got it.
He's trying to get his flag out. That definitely was a penalty. Yeah, he was shoved way before the ball got there.
I don't quite understand. I mean, the pass was there.
And that was Owen Brown. That was on Owen Brown clearly.
Yeah. Some strange plays going on tonight. You know what I mean? Between the snaps and the fourth down. Fourth down, stop the clock.
Halloween?
I don't know. It is not Halloween.
Well, Owen Brown pushed him, and the ball hadn't even reached him yet. And it's not like the guy beat Brown on the outside. He just shoved him.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, a lot of anticipation. It looks like we're going to get they're going to move the sticks. That's going to move the sticks for them first down.
Not good.
7:52 left in the second quarter.
So Central is going to be on the Bedford 39-yard line. Hockham's. Looks like Desir's in the backfield with Hockham. Central brings their spread offense out. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hockham ready for the direct snap. Comes back, goes back, ready to pass. Tucks it now, pulls it up. Positive yard, gets out to close to the 30-yard line. Maybe he's 2 yards short.
Okay, how do you define a smart quarterback? Well, first thing he does, he drops back and he's holding the ball with 2 hands. Number 1, ball protection. Next thing he does, he sees the outside contained pressure, What's he do? He steps up in the pocket. Reads left, goes to a strong side. As soon as he breaks through the line, what does he do? Puts 2 hands on the ball, cradles it, makes sure he doesn't make, and runs. That's a smart quarterback right there.
7:20 and counting till halftime. Looks like we have a whistle, and the officials removing one of the Central players. Looks like an equipment issue. Told them to get off the field. That was
Coach Ray is beside himself right now.
That was Nama. And now they're he's got to stay out at least one play. And number 5 comes back in, and that's O'Bryce. So O'Bryce replaces Nama. Desir's in the backfield with Hockham. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Central with the ball. Head to Desir straight up the middle. He gets close to first down.
Pretty close. If they give him forward progress, he's got it.
I think he's
first
got
down. Yeah, they said move him.
Yeah, he's got it. Move the stick. So ball is going to be on the Bedford 29-yard line with Central threatening with 7:03 to go and leading 6-0 here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium on senior night. A cool, beautiful fall night for football here in Bedford, New Hampshire.
It's about as cold as I like it, Mike, right about now. This is perfect. This is winter for me, right? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
You know it's cold when Jennings puts his gloves on to operate the camera.
Yeah.
So Desir in the backfield with Hockham. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Central. Looks like Desir moved. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty.
Yep. Costly penalty, too. Now you're running 1st and 15.
Yeah.
If you're going to make it, always say, though, if you're going to make a penalty, make it on 1st down so you have time you have plays to get it back. It's those 3rd down penalties and 2nd down penalties that do you in.
That's going to move it to about the 34-yard line of Bedford with 6:44 to go. Central with the football, moving from our left to right, and leading 6-0.
But only 6-0. I say you're going to. I mean, it's been all Central and it's only 6 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this easily could be a 12 or 18
this could be a 12-18 nothing game. Absolutely, and Bedford's hanging in there.
So Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Central comes out 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hockham straight back. We've seen this before. Fakes it, now turns upfield and then throws it down. That's a smart quarterback
football player.
Yeah, 2nd and
Been saying this all game about this kid. The decisions that he makes doesn't come by himself. He's got the tools, he's got the resources, but he's got the coaching. Somebody's been working with this young man very, very effectively.
Well, I talked about the guy. It's Mike Murphy. If Doc Murphy's still working with the quarterbacks, it's all Doc Murphy who works with these young Central quarterbacks in their freshman year. He took over the freshman program, and that's how he develops the talent. So nod to Doc Murphy. Desir in the backfield with Hockham. 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Somebody moved again. No one's calling it. Hockham getting swallowed up this time. He goes down.
We were talking earlier that Bedford, if you're going to play soft on the receiver core, with your defensive backs, Mike.
Hold on. Hockham, looks like Hockham's getting up. No, that's not Hockham. That's alignment.
That's alignment.
Yeah, a little gingerly there. That was number 58. That's Varney, but he's moving fine. He might come out for a little break here, but now it's going to be 3rd and, boy, a ton. What do we got? 20 on the 3rd and 20 on the 40-yard line.
While we're waiting, scores around the league. Winnacunnet up on Spalding, 7-0.
No surprise. I'm surprised
first half scores. Salem up 14-0 over Londonderry. That's no surprise. Exeter 21-0 over Concord. No surprise. And Pinkerton over the Tomahawks of Merrimack, 21-0.
How's my alma mater doing, Steve? Memorial High School.
They're hanging in there against Goffstown, only down 7-0.
Thank
you, Harry, for those scores.
Harry. All right, 5:21 to go, and looks like Central, somebody call a timeout. They're all going to the sideline, looks like. Nope. Another penalty? Wow.
Yeah, this is
boy, you can't win a football game going backwards with penalties. And Bedford was doing it, now Central's doing it. So.
And Bedford is let's give
empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, ready for the snap. Watch this kid, he can run, and it's a quick kick again, and that's going to try and pin Bedford. That's a nice little kick, and that's going to put Bedford down about the 6-yard line?
6-yard line.
So,
smart. That's smart play. That's 2 in a row. Special teams right now. Excellent decision-making coming from the sidelines on special teams, and not only not only on the kickoffs, but also on the punts. When you can win the turnover battle and win the special teams, you got 2 out of the 3 kickers that usually win you a football game.
Central's playing a game of position, And right now they're winning it.
But the Bedford's, we'll talk about after the play.
Here we go. So we got Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan, and we've got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan ready to take the snap, direct snap. Norfleet coming this way, cuts it up. There's a little bit of a hole, spins, and gets up to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, you know, you can see why he gets most of the carries. He's just really, really effective at choosing the right lane at the right time.
Yeah.
Wastes no time coming through the line.
So it looks like we're going to have second down and about 2 or 3 with 4:49 to go. Bedford with the ball moving from our right to left. Morgan ready for the snap. Fake the Norfleet over to Shabrick. It's up to about the 20. First down. Nice job.
Yep. Moving the ball. Tempo's up with Bedford. Looks to me like they've changed their strategy a little bit. I think they're catching, again, Central play a little conservative, a little soft on the receiver core.
Norfleet in the backfield. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan ready for the snap. Fakes it. Tries to shake a. He does shake a tackle. Gets up to about the 30-yard line. Nice job breaking a tackle in the backfield.
Great job. So you know, Tommy had a bad round there, and look at him. He comes right back. The same situation he did coming back from the Goffstown game.
Not quite a first down. 2nd and 1 with 4 minutes to go till halftime.
Look for a pass downfield here. They got a free down.
Toscano in the backfield. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan, direct snap. Again, a bad snap. Far side, picks it up and runs. Gets to the 30, gets to about the 34-yard line with a first down. Again,
Tommy Morgan came to play.
I'm not happy with these bad snaps, though.
No, they're going to come back to bite him.
Fourth bad snap, and one of them caused a fumble.
Yeah, a couple of those guys ought to go back and pat Tommy on the head because, may have hurt him with throwing the ball down and that miss you the other day, but he's helping a couple downs ago, but he's doing it now.
So Toscano in the backfield with 1 to the right, 2 to the left. First down, Bedford. Hands to Toscano, comes this way, big hole, comes far, near side here, comes to the 40, and gets up to almost the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I give Lucian Mompini a tremendous amount of credit. You got a great player like him, great athletics. What's he do? He is working his tail off on that block, and that's what created that big play. Lucian Mompini, unselfish play right there. Good job.
When you hear Mompini's name used a lot in the game, Bedford's doing well.
Sure.
You want to hear more Mompini.
No question right now, Bedford has a spark going in the offense.
So here we go. It looks like it's Toscano in the backfield. Fake to Toscano over the middle. That is caught. Nice big gain downfield inside the Central territory, and that's Lagulon. Haven't heard his name yet today, but that's a huge catch and a big play by Bedford into Central territory. Bedford with a hurry-up offense. Looks like Anagnos in the backfield now. We got 3 to the right, 1 to the left.
Central not getting the signals in very quick, but.
So Morgan fires right side, deep post play, and that's going to be almost caught. There's a flag coming out.
It's going to be impeded the receiver. They know it.
So we're going to get a first down play out of that one.
Cole Glennon, we talked about him at the beginning of the game. He just seems to be more and more a part of the offense as every game goes on. That's an excellent pattern run by him and a terrific lead by Tommy Morgan.
Yeah, it was a nice pass.
Yep, well timed.
So with 2:55 to go till halftime. Now Bedford's threatening to get back into this game, trailing 6. And we're going to see the call right here. Definitely against Central. So coming over to the sideline.
Defensive holding.
So automatic first down. They're going to walk this thing off. And they're going to put it on the Central 22-yard line, looks like, with 2:55 to go. 1st and 10, Bedford. So good opportunity for Bedford to get back into this game.
It is
late in the
and I give
first
the
half.
offense. The offense was allowed too much time with not. Central didn't score. Too many opportunities wasted.
Bedford with the ball. Looks like you got Anagnos in the backfield. You got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Shabrick to the left. Mompini, Crowley. Looks like Norfleet to the right. Direct back. Hands off to Anagnos, cuts it up, big hole in pay dirt. Oh, he got tripped up or he would have been in the end zone.
Do you think Dimitri Anagnos
down to inside
do you think
the 10,
that Dimitri
inside
Anagnos
the 5
cares for 1 second about who's in his way? I don't.
So
he runs like a tank.
So 1st and goal, looks like the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. Looks like we've got
I bet you coach will give it to him again.
Lagulon and Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Direct snap. Morgan hands it off to Anagnos, and he goes far side, gets a hole, cuts it up, leaps in. That's a touchdown. Bedford. Anagnos with 2:27 to go.
He's been
evens the score up at 6-6.
He's been a spark for this team at the right time. He gets it done. He's a tough player on both sides of the ball. But he runs downhill every time he gets the ball.
I'll tell you, the senior leadership you see out of a kid like Anagnos. And 5'11", 208, and he plays big. We got Aiello ready now to put the PAT and to put Bedford up. Snap down, kick is up, big kick, and it is good.
Aiello.
So Bedford takes the lead with 2:27 to go in a game that Central has dominated in the first half. Bedford has now come up and taken a 1-point lead.
As we talked about earlier, they were not executing the last 20 yards of those 4 opportunities that they had to get in. And then that extra point has cost them now. Now they're actually had full control. Love to see the time of possession of this game. I'll bet you it's 60-40, 65-35 anyway. And give the offensive coordination. It's about making adjustments quarter by quarter. And Bedford's offense saw something downfield. They saw too many guys in the box on the Central defense, and they started attacking it. How about Tommy Morgan there? Good leadership, you know.
Chandler and Rivera deep for Central as Bedford and Aiello ready to kick it off, going from our right to left with 2:27 to go. Bedford just came on a beautiful drive and stuck it in the end zone. Point after good. Aiello 7-6 Bedford. Great first half where it really was dominated by Central.
Real important here. Central's got to make sure that if they're not going to move the ball to the
Aiello
touchdown.
Ready to kick it off. Kick is off, and it is deep, and they're going to hit it to Chandler. They got Chandler coming up over the 20 to the 25. Tries to cut outside, gets up to about the 30-yard line, maybe the 31, and brought down by a host of Bedford tacklers.
Central's got to be very careful. Bedford right now has 3 timeouts. Coach Stank hasn't used 1. So he can stop the clock. It's very important that Central does not give Bedford back the ball, because if they get it down, Aiello can kick a long ways.
He's got a leg. There's no doubt about that. So let's see what Hawcom brings to the sideline. He goes to the sideline to get the play from Ryan Ray every down. And, okay, this is number 21. Help me with that name again, Steve.
Oh, boy.
Number 21 in the backfield with
21.
Hawcom.
Trevor Joidzik.
Joidzik. So Hawcom far side caught but tackled immediately and brought down with a good 7-yard gain.
Probably a 5-6 yard gain anyway.
Number 5. That was
you're right. It is 7.
Old Bryce. So it's going to be second down and about 3.
Coach Ray has to be very careful that
just under 2 minutes.
That he uses the clock, the time off the clock, doesn't give anything back to Bedford.
All right, so here we go. Hawcom in the backfield. 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Ready for the direct snap. Hawcom straight back, looks near side. That is caught and then knocked out of bounds.
First down.
And that is number 32 for Central, which is Nama.
Bedford defense doing a nice job covering this drive. The first down's this way. The clock's going to run out before anything happens.
I'm surprised. I thought they knocked them out of bounds.
They did knock out. I'm really surprised.
They're cranking the clock right now, so it's 1:33. That helps Bedford.
It sure does.
So now Central has to come in and run this with the clock going. Little pressure for Central.
I've never seen this, a ball out of bounds.
Hawcom brings Central out. They go 3 left, 1 right. Hawcom, 1 man in the backfield. Hawcom straight back, looks to pass, fires downfield, and it is almost intercepted.
Lucian Mapini doing a nice job tonight in all phases. Whenever he's in the game, he's having an impact.
Tried to get to Gilmet, and that was a nice play breaking up Gilmet.
Yep, he did he went for a pick, but he put himself in position where he's at a 45-degree angle behind the receiver, so he can, if he's not going to get it, he can make the tackle or knock it away. Nice job by Lucian Mapini.
So second down and 10 with 1:09 clock stops. Ball is on the Central 45-yard line. Central with the ball, going from our left to right, trying to get some points in the end zone before halftime.
Yes, with the score 7-0, 7-6, Bedford over Central. For those who are just joining us, WBNH. We'll be right back.
Hawcom, we got a whistle now. Looks like Ryan Ray.
Yeah, looks like Coach timeout. WBNH LP Bedford 105.1 FM. Thanks for joining us, and for those watching us on TV, BCTV, Bedford Community Television, Channel 23. Thanks for tuning in. We got a good game here. We expected this game. We've been waiting for it for 3 weeks, and we have it tonight. Really looking. Look at that second half, Mike. Really looking super.
You know, when Central comes in, it's such a tradition, such
It is.
a great program. You know they aren't going to lie down. They're going to come here. They know they're both with 5-3 records. Playing in the North Division, trying to make the playoffs. We talked about this. Winner goes on, loser goes home. You said it. It's a playoff game, even though it's the last regular season game. But it is a playoff game, and it feels it, the way they're playing this game.
It's what NHIA wanted to make sure these teams, and Bedford and Goffstown, and Bedford and Central and Memorial, that they have each other every year guaranteed. And the nice thing is every student that comes as a freshman to play football over a 3-year period, you're going to play every team in Division I. That's kind of cool.
So Central breaks. They're going to go 3 left, 1 right, 1 in the backfield with Hockham. 1:09 to go. Look for Hockham to run or tuck and run. Throw or tuck and run. Here we go. Hockham waiting for the pass, and he does. He tucks it and he runs. Immediately brought down by a couple of Bedford guys. And that was number 81 who brought him down. Bourgeois was part of that. Nice job.
I'm really surprised that Coach didn't call a timeout there immediately. I'm really surprised. I mean, you're at a point where I'm not sure it's worth it now. Don't get it. I mean, there was a lot of time in the clock. I'm surprised he didn't call it before.
Yeah, he might want to get into halftime and get in there and make his adjustments.
Maybe, but I think that plays right into Central's hands because
40 seconds and counting.
Wow.
All right, we've got
you're taking away a Lucian Mumpini
left,
run back.
1 to the right. Hockham in the backfield. Watch him. He's got wheels. Hockham straight back to pass. Now he tucks it and tries to get up and run. Far side. Fires far side, and that is
incomplete.
That was short. So that's going to be 4th down and 11 with 19 seconds to go. See, to your point, Steve.
3 timeouts,
Mike.
Timeouts. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think Coach Stank feels like he's got this game in a sense of control right now because his offense is working. His defense has stopped them, held them to 6 points. I think he probably feels pretty good and says, you know what, I'll take the 24 minutes in the second half, and I'll trust my
Chandler back the punt,
offense and
defense. Who's back there but Mumpini? So let's see what happens with 19 seconds to go.
I wouldn't kick it to him for anything in the world.
So snap back, Central. Chandler gets it, kicks it, and he does kick to him, and he's going to get a chance to run it. No, he's not going to touch it with the clock running.
So it is very
10,
9,
8, whistle stops, 8 seconds to go with Bedford needing to go 85 yards for a pay dirt. So 8 seconds to go until halftime. Bedford leading 7-6.
I will make a prediction. If Connor Robert was on the field, the starting quarterback, with his arm, I'll bet you he would have stopped that clock. But I think with Tommy in there, still developing as a quarterback, and the fact that Tommy was able to come out with a really nice drive there when he had the time to work with it, he says, I'll trust Tommy in the second half to go to the base offense, work the ball methodically down the field. We're not going to try any risk.
They're going to take a knee here with 8 seconds
it's all low risk.
Halftime. So that's going to bring us to halftime with the score Bedford 7, Central 6. We're going to come back and join you in the second half, which should be a beauty of a second half, Steve. Winner's going to go on to the playoffs, loser's going to go home. So let's see what happens second half. We're about to kick off the second half, and since Central won the toss and deferred, they're going to get the ball first, and we're going to be ready to kick this thing off. So back deep for
Central.
Chandler and Rivera for Central, and ready to kick off is
either one of those guys.
Aiello for Bedford. Bedford going from our right to left, and the winner of this second half is going to determine who goes to the playoffs. Big, deep end over end. This is going to Rivera, back about the 5-yard line to 15, cuts far side, gets up to about the 20, maybe to the 20.
That's a good special teams cover by Bedford right there, pinning them back deep. Let's see what Hockham can do. He's looked very, very solid in his decision-making, but something's got to happen with a running game here because, with those kind of stats, Mike, you got to get some numbers on the ground in order to mix it up a little. We'll see what Central can do. Bedford seemed to me in the second half, Mike, what do you think? Started to take over the game a little bit in that section of the game. We'll see what happens in the second half. Who's made the good adjustments?
Well, let's see what the adjustments is now. Central's going to get the first shot at this thing with the ball, and going from our left to right. Looks like we've got Desir in the backfield with Hockham. They go 3 right, 1 left. Snap comes back. Hockham back under a little pressure and brought down immediately. Crushed by number 72, Falvey. Nice job.
Just had a
wow. How about that adjustment? Big sack. So Hockham didn't see that one coming. The first half he had great protection, and Bedford made some adjustment. Falvey got ready to drop him.
Boy, did he ever. Either a missed assignment or just a great stunt, one or the other.
So that's going to go back to it's going to be 2nd and 21. They're saying it's on the 14-yard line. So you can confirm that, Steve? I can't.
It looks looks closer to the 15, but it definitely looks to be 20 yards, 2nd and 20 here. So Central in a deep hole starting this second play of the drive.
Desir in the backfield with Hockham. They go 1 left, 3 right. Spread offense. Ball comes back. Hockham looks back. Fakes it, fires over to this side. And that was almost picked off. That shit, I'll tell you, I think Northfleet wanted to take a second look at that one. That would have been a pick 6.
Yeah, just a great play all the way around. Was actually covering the receiver. I think that's probably why he didn't catch up. He was doing a good job smothering the receiver. Then saw the pass didn't have a lot of velocity on it.
Yeah, floated out there.
He'd like to have that back again, Mike, I think.
So looks now it's 3rd and 21 on the Central 14-yard line, 10:57. Clock is stopped. This is a big play for Bedford. If they can hold Central, they're going to get good field position.
Sure is.
Desir in the backfield with Hockham. They go 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Bedford ready to defend this one. Hockham straight back, and we got a flag.
Wow.
What's the call?
I think it's got to be false start.
It is. It's a false start. Bring them back 5 more yards. They're going to be inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be about the 9-yard line now.
Yeah, and, at the end of the day, if they had it back at the line of scrimmage and they had to kick it, that's one thing. But they're deep in their territory. That's going to put Bedford in tremendous field position. And with Ayala having a good leg.
Okay, so we're going to see Bedford now. It's 3rd down and 26, 10:45 to go. You're good, Chris. Thanks. So Hockham comes out. Desir in the backfield. They go 3 to the left, 2 to the right. That looks like Revere in the backfield. Comes back, fires in the middle, and that's incomplete. So they're gonna punt the ball. That's gonna be
threw into double coverage right there with against Mumpini and Agnos. I'll tell you,
Bedford holds. Bedford stops them.
They better hope that Central gets a good kickoff here because I would be the least bit surprised, Mike, if Coach Stank brings it. I really do. I think he may be going after this.
Well, I would if I was the coach, and you would if you were the coach.
That's why I brought it up.
You want to make sure that it gets in the hands of Mumpini. You don't interfere with the kicker. 10:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chandler's back to kick with Mumpini ready to receive. Ball is snapped, kickers away, end over end. Nice job. Mumpini takes it and immediately gets hit. Tries to get away and gets lost.
Boy,
so
I'll
he
tell
loses
you,
a few yards. That was lucky he hang on to that ball, Steve.
That is it. Not only is lucky he held on the ball, but that's a terrific cover and a terrific kick by Central. But even with that great distance that they got on that kick, there's still Bedford is in Central territory. For those who are joining us on radio, in your car, from your iPhone, iPad, or whatever other device you have, welcome. WBNHLP Bedford 105.1 FM. Thank you. And BCTV Channel 23 TV.
Northfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Bedford goes 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Morgan waiting to snap. Hands off to Northfleet, comes this way, and he's immediately hit by a couple of Central guys. Gets to the 40-yard line, maybe the 39-yard line of Central.
Coach Stank very animated about something here. I don't know if it's at the referees. I think he saw a face mask. And I think that's what he's upset about, Mike. I'm not sure. I did see Northfleet's head kind of pull back a little bit. I don't know if that's what he saw or not. But
2nd and 9, Northfleet in the backfield with Morgan, with Bedford going 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Morgan fakes, fires off into the flats, hits Mumpini. He's immediately brought down. That's going to be a loss, so that's going to be 3rd and 10.
I haven't seen Mumpini tackled on the spot quite all year by any team that I've seen them face. I wasn't at the Winnacunnet game, which I know was a good one. But other than that, I've seen most of the games on film. I actually seen some of that game on film.
Winner of this game goes to Winnacunnet
Yes, it does.
the first round of the playoffs for mentioning Winnacunnet, Steve. So Bedford comes out. They're going to go 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Norfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Bedford with the ball with 9 minutes to go in the third. Morgan straight back under pressure, steps up, fires downfield, caught. That's Shabrick with a nice catch, first down. Hangs on to the ball, and then he's finally tackled by a gang of Central
I will tell you right
tacklers.
now, Mike, if Bedford comes through and wins this game, that will be a play we need to talk about because that could be a game changer right there.
I love the fact that Morgan
Stepped
stayed
up
in the pocket, stepped into the pocket, and fired downfield and found his big target in Shabrick for the first down.
That's a big play.
First and 10 on the Central 24-yard line. Bedford with the ball, moving from our right to left in the third quarter, 8:43 and counting. Looks like we've got Toscano in the backfield. Morgan fakes, comes out to the flat to Montini, makes a fake. We got a flag, so we might have a holding over there.
I think we do.
We're going to see what we got.
But that's a big play. You got third and about 11, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And it looked like the pocket was just collapsing on Morgan from all directions, and he found a seam to step up, and he fired that ball. He knew what he wanted to do, and he did it.
So that sounds like that was a holding call, and it looks like it's going to be against Bedford because the team's backing up with 8:33 to go in the third quarter. Bedford leading Central 7-6. All the action happened in the first quarter for Central, where they scored a touchdown, and then Bedford scored late in the second quarter, and that's where we stand with 8:33 to go in the third quarter here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium. Winner goes on to meet Winnacunnet. Loser goes home. This is a great football game, ladies and gentlemen. Bedford comes out. Looks like we've got Toscano in the backfield. They go 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Morgan waiting for the snap, direct snap. Hands off to Toscano. Comes this way. He's immediately swarmed down by Central. There's no blocking up front on that one. There was three guys in the backfield.
A little surprising. It didn't look like the blocking matched the actual handoff, Mike. I don't know if that was designed for Tommy. It looked to me like it was designed for Tommy to take that ball, but so that's a pretty big loss there. Second and it looks like about 25 yards. Yeah, 25 yards.
They got 24 on the scoreboard, so you're right on.
No, they just made it 25, Mike.
25. I'll tell you, man.
Must have hurt us.
You've got it. You've got it. So
thanks, Kenny. You made me look good in front of my partner here.
Second and 25. Bedford in Central Territory on the 39-yard line. 7:36 and counting in the third quarter. We got a whistle, and looks like we got a timeout, Bedford. So
wow.
Coach Stank goes for the early timeout with 7:33 to go in the third quarter, and you're listening to
WBNH on radio, WBNH LP Bedford 105.1 on your FM dial. And for those watching us, we're thrilled to have you with us watching the longtime BCTV Channel 23. We love to bring you Friday Night Lights, and we got a doozy going on here.
We got Chris Gentry here. We got Bill Jennings here. We got Harry Kozlowski on the radio side. And I know Chris Gentry was talking about the numbers that are ticking up each week, the online numbers that we're getting. And we're thrilled to have people listening, whether it's across town or we got 35 people live right now watching us across the country, across the town, across the nation on the internet. We're glad you're here. And you're working. Bill says we're working on a live stream. So, anyways, we're going to get back here. Bedford just breaks their timeout. They're coming on the field. They got a 2nd and 25.
Don't understand that timeout, Mike. You're 2nd and 25. You're in their territory. It's not like you're in your own territory and you have to make sure you get it out. But so, maybe there's a good reason for this, but you like those timeouts at the end of the game.
Toscano in the backfield with Morgan, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, direct snap back. Morgan looking to go downfield, coverage, tucks it far side, fires it downfield. That's almost intercepted by Central. That was a bad throw. They got away with one.
Tommy's got to do what Hawkins doing on the other side. He's got to throw that out of bounds or just run out of bounds. One thing they do have is they have a spy. And I know the coach that believes in the spy. Believe me, I know him on the Central staff. And he knows if he listens, he'll know what I'm talking about. But however, that spy is designed to take Tommy. You notice he was parking himself right around the middle linebacker position, and it worked.
So empty backfield. 3 to the left, 2 to the right for Bedford with the ball. Morgan in the backfield waiting for the direct snap with 7:25 to go in the third quarter. Direct snap. Morgan comes back under some pressure. trying to get away, wheels and deals. Looks like talking it out there, and then he's brought down.
You just can't.
Big time.
You
that
just
was a
can't
big
do
loss.
that. But you can't run backwards, Mike. This is what happened on the Swarm in Goffstown. That Tommy's got to just learn to go down. In other words, there's nowhere to go. Don't run backwards and try to break it. You don't have that kind of speed needed to be able to break that. Even if you do, you don't really use it.
They were on the central
this
25-yard line, and now they're punting from their own 47.
And, Mike, this takes away their ability to pin Central deep.
Yep.
And
Central's
that was important.
going to get a chance to run this thing back. Is that Rivera back there? Here's the kick. It's
what a great kick.
Deep end over end, and it takes I don't know what kind of a bounce, but
Central's
Central's going to get it about the
20-yard line instead of the 5. You know, it's a big difference. There's plenty of room behind them. Couple first down sticks, you're in their territory. Field position in these sort of games becomes, the great Bill Belichick. He understands how important field position is when in the second half, Mike, because it dictates, especially in a close game, it dictates so much.
So let's see what Hockham can do with their second possession in the second half. 7:08 to go in the third quarter. And we've got, looks like Rivera in the backfield with Desir. Hockham under center for the first time. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. This is going to go to Rivera up the middle, and he immediately gets brought down. So talked about that earlier where Rivera's in the backfield. He's more than likely going to get the ball.
Yeah, he is, but I don't know why. You've probably got you probably got over 1,000 pounds anyway in those 4 down linemen. You're really doing 2 of those guys at DNs. That's a lot of power, strength, and weight there. And I really think the right place to put a Rivera is off tackle.
So once again, under center. And Hockham under center. We got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Rivera in the backfield. Hockham hands to Rivera, far side, immediately tackled. That's probably for a loss right there. Yeah. Absolutely. Nice job, Bedford defense.
Wow.
They're going to key on this kid. When he's in the backfield like that, they know he's going to get the ball and running, and maybe Coach Ray's setting Bedford up for a play action. But
boy, I don't know. Play action, you generally set up multiple sets. You set it up. I think they're going to be looking for it here.
So 6:01.
You know what was working for Central, Mike,
minutes.
is dropping Hockham back and then having them run the ball, read it and run. And they kind of went away from them, a little confused of why, because it seemed to be working for them very effectively.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've got, here we go, Hockham now. Direct snap, comes back, tries to run it up, does come upfield, gets a 25, 30.
He got it.
And got the first down. Nice job.
This is what we were just talking about, Mike. This has worked for Central, where they drop back. The DBs go back with the receivers, and Hockham's an effective runner, and that's a big first down right there to move the sticks. Bedford had them where they wanted them, and that was big. We'll see what happens from here, but certainly got them starting to change the field position a little bit and put them towards midfield.
So 5:36 to go with Bedford leading 7-6 in the third quarter here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium. Central with the ball. Hockham empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Hockham straight back, looks, fires far side, caught, and looks like a 5-yard gain, and that looks like that's number 1 Chandler with the catch.
Yeah, so. I think they'll give up that running game that just wasn't working. Their offensive line was being completely dominated on that. So going back to the things that have worked for Central, we'll see what happens. But Bedford's defense looks pretty tight right now. They look pretty solid, even though they got a first down there. They're not getting much on each carry.
5:10 to go in the third quarter. Again, empty backfield. We're going to go 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Central with the ball. Ball back, Hockham back, looks downfield, fires downfield, and it is overthrown.
He stopped running his route, 24.
That's Rivera.
Rivera stopped running his route. One of the things you got to learn as a receiver, it's not your job to worry about what the quarterback getting it to. It's your job to run your route, and it's the quarterback's job to get it to you. If he can't, then replace the quarterback.
Good point.
But don't take the whole game in your own hands and say, well, he can't reach me, and slow down. That's exactly what happened.
Clock stops on that incomplete with 4:56 to go in the third quarter. Bedford leading 7-6. Central with the ball on their own 36-yard line. 3rd down and 4. Big play for Central, because I don't think this is 4-down territory. They come out with 4 to the right, 1 to the left, empty backfield. Rivera snap back, comes back, tucks it. This is a run all the way, and Bedford sniffed that one out. He's not getting And he's not getting close to the first
Nope.
down.
Nice cover
So-
there by Bedford. Good defense.
Clock will continue to run. It's going to be 4th and 4, 4:43. I can't imagine Ryan Ray's going to
it's
chance that. He's going to punt it away.
Pretty early to be doing that, Mike, that with a 7-6 score.
Well, I've seen Ryan Ray do a fake punt, too, over the years,
Yep.
so you never know. But we got back to punt. Is that Chandler back to punt? I don't see who's back there.
I think it
I know
is.
we got Mumpini back ready for Bedford, and it is a fake punt. Here he comes. They're trying to run it. Now Bedford's trying to sniff it out. Goes far side. Looks like he's going to get the first down. First down for Central. Gets to midfield.
Oh,
And
boy,
it's
that's
a
a
flag.
real late flag right there.
I think that's a late flag on. Was that on Central for unsportsmanlike? If that's the case, that's coming back. What do we got? Personal foul against Bedford.
Against
wow. That was they had the first down.
Looks like it was on 55. He's talking to the ref, went over and talked to him, which is I always like to see on a personal foul, is a ref go talk to the player and explain to him exactly what he did wrong so he doesn't do it again. That is a big call right there, Mike.
Big call. I've seen Ryan Ray do it over the years. On 4th, and you should be punting. Let's try and go for it, and he did. And that worked
not
out.
many punchers have that kind of speed, and boy, pretty effective.
So they're taking knees out here when that usually is an injured player. I don't see. Do you see an injured player out there?
Well,
Steve?
there's an injured player that they brought over to the sidelines, and it appears as though it's either a knee or they're stretching the calf. I don't know. I don't know who it was. I'm wondering if it was the gentleman running the ball. Can you see, Mike?
I'm trying to focus in right now. And,
for those meanwhile, those who are listening in, Bedford's up 7-6. Central has the ball with 4:09 left in the third quarter. They are almost out to midfield. Actually, they're beyond midfield. They're in Bedford territory on their 36-yard line. But we do have a temporary.
Thanks to the personal foul call. They got 15 yards on the end of that first down run for the punter.
Right. Looked like it was designed as a punt, and I think he was nervous of having it blocked, Mike, and he just ran for his life, and he found a seam down the left side. And
now he's on the sidelines. Hopefully this kid will get up pretty quick and get back into the game. I never like seeing kids go down in high school football. We know it's part of the game. The one good thing about today, they've got the trainers out there. The medical staff is nearby, so if there is an injury, he's going to be tended to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we always look for movement on all the extremities, which you can clearly see has taken place, so that's always an important thing. Coach Ray went over and tapped him on the belly there and wished him his best, but they're not moving him yet, and the game is in a temporary holding pattern here while they administer some sort of first aid, or
if there's any good news, it's lower leg, lower extremity.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Have
you found out who it is, Mike?
That kind of stuff.
If you'd seen who it is, I can't tell.
I'm suspecting it was the punter on that. We should reach down to the central staffers on the far side. They could give us that heads up.
Yeah.
Do you know who the kid was? No.
Central coming up with some, still don't know. Looks like I'm going to have Mike go down and see if we can find out who that was. Again, for those who were listening and watching, 4:09 left in the third quarter. Bedford up 7-6 in a very tight, kind of expected this sort of a game.
The coaching staff, just got the report from the Central coaching staff who's down on the side.
He's up now.
It was Rivera that went down, but he's
wow.
back up, so that's good for Central.
Yeah, but he's
a little gingerly on the knee or the. We know he has to take they're walking him off.
Well, while we're doing that, Mike, we got some scores here. Winnacunnet is increased its lead over Spalding 55-8. Salem over Londonderry 28-7. Exeter over Concord up on them 42-7. Pinkerton up on the Tomahawks of Merrimack 42-7. Goffstown, no updated score, still 7-0. We haven't heard anything otherwise. And Nashua South up over BG 43-6.
So without Rivera looks like he's going to be done for the day the way he got up. Looks like we've got Desir in the backfield with Hockham. Hockham comes back, fires the ball downfield. That was tipped and almost intercepted, but broken up by Bedford. 2nd down and 10 on the Bedford 36, Central driving.
Mike, just letting you know, Goffstown is still only 7-0 over your alma mater Memorial. Amazing.
Go Crusaders.
I got to believe that Coach Huft is taking a lot of his key players out of the game, or Memorial has found a good recipe.
Some magic,
a good recipe, man.
Magic from the 70s?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we go with 4:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hockham out, looks like Desir in the backfield. Central goes 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hockham direct snap, comes back to pass. Looks like he's setting up a screen. He does, hits to, looks like Desir, gets close to the 1st down. Nice pickup.
Nice job by Dimitri Edigna. He was all alone out there. He was the only defender. If he doesn't take him down, he's probably going to grab another 12 to 14 yards, Mike. And Aganost got separation from the blocking receiver, did a great job of taking him down.
Whenever you see the quarterback drop back an extra 5 or 6 yards from his normal drop
and almost
back,
act like he doesn't care about it,
yeah, you know a screen's coming.
I agree.
Anyways.
That was a big play right there by Aganost, because he might have continued even further than that.
So it's 3rd down and 1. It looks like 3rd down in inches with 3:22 to go on the Bedford 26-yard line. Hockham under center, goes forward. He's got the 1st down. That is a 1st down. So
that was a nice surge. Nice surge by the offensive line. The 2 guards in the center. Hocking was able to go right behind him. So that moves the stick. They're all the way down to what, Mike? The 23-yard line of Bedford.
They're inside the 25 for sure. So the clock keeps moving. Now we're going to go under 3 minutes here with Central threatening deep in Bedford territory. And Bedford leading 7-6 in a game we had said time and time again, winner goes on, loser goes home. So here we go. Hockham empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Hockham straight back, fires downfield. That is complete.
Looks like it was
nice
complete.
Catch.
Well, Hockham can thread the needle, can he? That thing was a rocket.
That was a nice. That looks like Chandler, number 1, who grabbed that one.
It was, yeah.
Nice job.
So sticks are moved again down at the 10-yard line. It'll be looks like 1st and goal.
1st and
although they
10.
haven't put the flag down. Yeah, they just did. 1st and goal.
1st and goal. So here's Central's chance to pull ahead with 2:31 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bedford really is. This is big for Bedford to try to get a stop here.
So Central comes out 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Hockham in the backfield. Hockham straight back to pass. Under pressure, comes this way. And he throws it away.
He's going to get intentional grounding right there. There it is, there. Yeah. Hocking has to make that decision earlier. He waited too long.
Outside the pocket.
Outside the pocket, and there was nobody in sight. That was clearly intentional grounding. And that was not because he threw it. He threw it too late. The play had already gone by. The receivers had run their routes. There was nobody else he could throw to. Probably should have just continued to bolt full speed there.
So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty from the spot. Of course, they lose the down. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
And you should lose the down, on a play like that.
Yeah, no question. I think they should, well, my opinion on that.
What's that?
It's going to be 2nd down anyway. So what did you lose?
Well, you lost 5 yards.
Lost 5 yards.
You're down.
You're down.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Oh.
Maybe 2 downs.
Well, I got two umpires next to me here, so I'm not going to mess with them. I'm getting out of this discussion.
Jennings, the veteran
don't argue with the
baseball umpire at the NHBUA, and did a great job with them for many, many years. They always question the strike zone, not me.
Yeah.
So here he goes, 2nd down and 25 on the 25. Hockham back to pass, straight back under pressure, trying to elude. Comes up, fires downfield. Now it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. So Hockham, a nice way to get out of trouble in the backfield. He was under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, don't really understand why you wouldn't use the wider side of the field, Mike. They've been playing over here in the right side with very little field position.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 25. It's actually 3rd and goal on the 25.
Yeah, very little room, I should say.
So 2:05 with that incomplete clock stops in the 3rd quarter. Bedford leading 7-6. Central with the ball. Ball is on the Bedford 25-yard line. It's actually 3rd and goal.
Bedford stiffening up
25.
here, too. Playing good defense right now. Stiffening up. Crowd getting into it.
Crowd's definitely getting into it. So we got the officials ready to get this thing going. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Hockham in the backfield. Hockham straight back under a lot of pressure. And there's a ball. He fumbled it. He picked it up again. And he was dropped from behind by Twite. Nice job.
Bourgeois and Twite have played fantastic tonight. Done a really good job when they were called upon to make a big play, and that's exactly what happened. One thing I like about what Andrew Twite did there, he didn't come and take a sharp angle. He took a wide angle to make sure Hocking couldn't get outside. Hocking looked to break it left and run the far side of the field. He saw 55 there, had to turn upfield, and Twite closed it down.
4th and goal on the 25. And they're going to try a field goal here, Steve. We talked about the kid who missed an extra point earlier.
We're going to
Let's
find
see
out
what kind of leg he's got. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is
short.
No good, short. So that was an attempted field goal, and that was by their kicker, and I believe that was Connor Hamill, number 10.
So that's going to motivate Bedford, Mike.
Bedford takes over on downs.
That's going to motivate them offensively.
Yeah, listen, no question. I mean, and Ryan Ray going for the lead with the field goal, but the kid just didn't have the leg. We saw him on the touchdown. He missed an extra point wide left.
But that was 3 points if they didn't lose all that yardage.
Oh,
so
no question.
That was costly mistakes there.
Yeah. So let's see what Bedford can do on their 20-yard line, going from our right to left. Okay. Looks like we got Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Hands off to, Morgan fake, comes upfield, cuts upfield, gets to over the 20-yard line to about the 24-yard line. So it was a fake to Anagnos, Morgan to the right.
Covered well by Central there. But defenses right now in the second half, that's what you look for in a tight game. Both defenses to have the proper, have the answers for whatever the offense gives. So far we've seen that. Bend but don't break.
Under a minute, Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Bedford comes out. They go 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Ball's on the 24-yard line, under a minute in the third quarter. Morgan waiting for the snap. Now we got a penalty.
Too much time, I think, there. Too much time.
Boy, it didn't look like they took a lot of time. So lined up in the neutral zone. Let's see what we got.
False start.
False start, yep. So that's just a mental mistake on Bedford. You can't have a false start.
Yeah, when you're running a spread offense, you should. It wasn't like there was anybody in motion there. It looks like somebody moved in the line.
Now it's 2nd 11. Ball on the 19-yard line. Still same format. Anagnos in the backfield, 1 to the right, 3 to the left. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Hands off to Anagnos, comes this way, cuts it up to the 25, gets up to the 30.
Nice run.
Nice run.
Got half of it back, so these third down situations are the ones you remember.
And that's gonna wrap up the third quarter. So now we have entered the last quarter of some of these players.
Somebody's season. Someone's
season's done, whether you're on the Bedford side or the Central side, and you're a senior, you've just entered your last quarter.
Oh, so. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's always a tradition. The 4 fingers come up. So we're here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium with the score Bedford 7, Central 6. We're going to enter the fourth quarter, last 12 minutes. Steve, what do you think's coming up?
Well, you mean as far as an offensive play call,
yeah, give us your great prediction.
I think both coaches feel right now that they don't want a mistake to lose it, and they're playing that way. There's not a lot of high-risk stuff out there on either side. And I think Coach Stank believes in his defense at home, and I think he's developed the quarterback, but he hasn't got the faith to do something really risky yet. And I think that's been the difference maker of Bedford breaking out this game. But at some point they're going to have to. I think as we get inside of 7-8 minutes, then you're going to see I think you're going to see the offense start to take risks.
So Bedford's going to take over the possession of the ball after switching fields. 3rd down and 5 on their 25. And a big play here to start off the fourth quarter. So Morgan comes out. These go 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like that's Anagnos in the backfield. Ready to get the call. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Snap comes back, goes back to pass under a lot of pressure.
Oh,
goes
what
down.
a shot! Who is that?
Wow.
Wow, Tommy took it right
Yeah,
in the belt buckle right
he
there.
Took the belt buckle and went down for a huge loss.
Looks like it was number. Can't see it, Mike. Let me get those binoculars out, buddy.
So Bedford's going to have to kick this thing away. Fourth
Looks
down.
like, I think it's 22. There's not a 22 there. 32.
So here we go. Crowley looking to kick this away almost into his end zone. Snap, ball is up, deep. Takes a central bounce and gets down to inside the Bedford territory, about the 42-yard line. Central's going to take over.
The field position is just solid. I mean,
well, we talked about field position and who can be the master of that. And originally and early in the game, Ryan Rand Central had control, and now looks like they're getting the good field position back with 11 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this game. And Central trailing 7-6, so they're going to be starting off in Bedford territory, going from our right to left. Going to be on the Bedford 42-yard line. Hawcom comes out into an empty backfield. He brings three receivers to the right. Three to the left, two to the right. Hawcom straight back, fires this way, caught, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. That's number 5 for Central. That's
some hard work after the catch right there by Ola Bryce.
Yeah. Nice job. Crowley with the tackle, and that's good for a first down. They're going to move the sticks on this one. So Bedford needs to tighten this thing up with 11:04 to go in the game. All night, really. Bedford has they've been, but they haven't broken. So, but Central's got a lot of weapons. Hawcom's a weapon. We know Rivera's out after that injury, so they come out 3 to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. Hawcom straight back, comes back. Now he tucks it and runs upfield, positive 30, gets to the 25, and he's out of bounds. This kid's a threat every time he touches the ball.
He's a threat. I mean, this is really what their offense is about. If you're going to drop your DBs back, I mean, this guy's not going to go run around your ends or inside them or whatever. I think Twite and Bourgeois have done a good job tonight, but Hawcom is as good as I've seen running. He reminds me a little bit of Connor Roberts. I mean,
yeah.
You don't want to cover Connor either. Yeah. Same sort of running capabilities and
picks up 8 on that.
Picks it up, knows the right lanes to choose, and it's been very effective. He's got to have some yardage tonight. I'll be looking forward to hear what Harry's got on stats on that one.
Second down, 2 yards to go on the Bedford 26-yard line. Looks like Dezier's back in the backfield with Hawcom. Hands it off to Dezier right up the middle. Looks like he got enough for the first down or close to it. Let's see if they're going to move the sticks on this one, Steve.
Yeah, I think that it looks to me like it's about a half a yard short.
10, yeah, it is short. 10:25 to go.
As a coach, I used to love these third and because it gives you so many options because you know you're going on fourth down anyway.
So last time he went over center and just went forward and got the first down.
Yeah, but
we're
it's a two-down territory. I don't know if he'll do that this time. He'll probably run a standard play. Bedford's got to be careful of a play action too, or something, or seam pass.
Okay, so Dezier in the background, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Hands off to Dezier, comes this way, first down to the 20.
Nice run.
15, almost inside the 15.
Boy, I got to tell you, Dimitri Aganos is making some big plays tonight. Again, he misses. If Dimitri doesn't come up with that tackle, he's down to the 4 or 5 yard line at least, maybe all the way in with a second effort.
So
big open field tackle again. Central
gets to the Bedford 14-yard line, moves the sticks, 1st and 10, 9:44 to go, with Bedford winning 7-6 and Central threatening once again. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Dezier in the backfield with Hawcom. Hawcom waiting for the direct snap. Snap comes back, looks far side, fires far side.
Oh, it's intercepted.
Intercepted. Looks like Montpini, far side. No one's in front of him. Going all the way.
It's a game changer, Mike, right here.
Go. Into the 30,
He's
25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Bedford going crazy on the sidelines.
Montpini with the interception. Brings it back, 85 yards for the touchdown.
Of all the guys that Central doesn't want to get that interception, is Montpini's the one guy that could probably bring it back, and he did just that. Don't understand why Hawcom threw that pass, Mike, He threw into
coverage.
He threw into coverage, and you get late in the game, you can't do that. That is a game changer.
That is a backbreaker for Central because now Bedford's going to go up. Well, let's see what Aiello can do to put another point on the board. If that's the case, we're going to, right now it's 13-6. Aiello attempting to make it 14-6. And that's 2 scores, Steve, if he gets it.
Wow.
Ball is down, kick is up, and it
he is money in the
good.
bank. He's money in the bank, Aiello.
So Bedford takes a 14-6 lead with a huge interception by Mumpini, a mistake by Hockham, run back of, what was that, 84 yards?
I don't...
9:13 to go in the game.
I mean, you're running the ball down the field like that, and that was what, on first down, right? Yeah,
first down.
First down. Why would you throw into coverage on a seam pass on first down? What it is all you have to do. You've got Bedford backing up, and in that situation, that's not the high percentage area you want to throw on. And you've got a great running quarterback
and a big dose of running.
Absolutely.
Desir,
yeah.
Hockham, run. All of a sudden, you decide to throw.
Don't understand the
pick six.
And that's a lot of coverage, Mike. There was probably 6 guys in a bunch right there. I believe it was Tip, too. And I think if we saw it, see it later on replay.
We don't have the instant replay, but we hear that's coming one of these years from BCTV and Bill Jennings. So we're going to try and get that to you folks, but you'll see it on the replay.
We'll take up a collection.
So here we go. Ball is deep, and that's going to be fielded at just the goal line. Come this way to the 15 and then swarm down.
Yeah, Bedford's motivated right now.
20.
Great cover by Bedford. When you're the home team and you make a big play like that, all the momentum's going your way. Bedford defense, I thought, was playing pretty well. But every time that Central goes to that hawking, drop back, run it, it's been difficult for Bedford to cover. But with 9 minutes left.
So this is a big drive for Central.
Yeah.
This series is a big series because if they go 3 and out, then obviously the momentum with that touchdown is clearly in Bedford's favor. So Hockham goes empty backfield, and he goes 3 to the left, 1 to the right on their spread offense. Central with the football going from our right to left with Bedford leading 14-6 on the Mumpini interception touchdown. Hockham straight back, far side, fires it. That's incomplete. So they're going to go 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we were talking earlier about, as I was saying, probably you'll start seeing them get aggressive inside 6-7 minutes. 9-10 minutes out and a 7-6 score is, it's been working. So some exciting football for you people listening and watching out there. For those listening in WBNHLP Bedford 105.1 FM, thank you for joining us. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We've got 9:04 left with a 14-6 Bedford lead. Great game. For those
Hockham,
watching on
empty
TV.
Backfield, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 10 on their 21-yard line. Hockham straight back, under pressure, far side fires, and that is incomplete. So it's bringing up a 3rd and 10.
And for those watching on television, thanks for joining us as well. BCTV Channel 23 at your service, delivering you Friday night football at Bedford High School.
At Bedford High School, high on the hill here in Bedford, New Hampshire, with a great football game.
It is.
Between this Little Green of Central visiting here to Bedford High School and the Bedford Bulldogs, with the Bulldogs leading 14-6 in the season on the line. Both a 3-3 record, fighting for a playoff spot. Hockham comes out, empty backfield, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Hockham waiting for the snap. Snap comes back. Hockham looks, fires downfield, and that should have been intercepted.
That's going to be a penalty. Offensive interference there. He pulled him down. This is really starting to break down for Central here. They're going to have the ball deep into Bedford territory, probably on their 25-yard line.
Getting together to discuss this, and here's the call right here from the white hat, and it's going to be pass interference, offensive. Good call, Steve Beals. So what do? Decline it? Absolutely.
Oh, positively. Positively.
I mean, you don't push him back and give him another shot, do you? It's
no,
going to be
they
fourth
make
down.
it 4th and 10. This is probably, if not the ball game.
So
we're getting down to the point right now where
out. We had some confusion with some Bedford players on the field, and Coach Stank wisely calls a timeout, but he only leaves them with, I
That
believe,
only leaves
one
him
left.
with one, depending on how the game goes. Bedford looks pretty solid right now, but if for some reason that should go back on the other side of the seesaw, Mike, these timeouts become critically important when you have to react.
No question. And
late
it's funny,
in the game.
in the first quarter, they should have used them and brought them into halftime. And
Well, it was certainly a good option. I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah.
So with 8:52 to go, and Bedford going to be taking over the ball here on downs. Central
Unless we get another fake.
And unless you get
too much time left. I don't think you'll see it now.
I know Ryan Ray takes chances, but is he going to take a chance on the 21-yard line of his own 21?
I think 3 minutes, 4 minutes, maybe you do that because you don't want to give the ball back this deep in the territory. You might as well put the game in the line. But with 9 minutes, I don't know. I don't think so.
So Chandler's back to punt for Central, and Mumpini's back to receive.
I tell you one
Bedford.
thing I would not do is I would not kick it to Mumpini. I'd put it end over end.
And it does go right to Mumpini.
Wow.
Mumpini's going to get it at the 50-yard line, far side, cuts up, breaks a tackle, and then gets brought down by
penalty
Central.
down. Don't really know what's going on here. We may have 42 from Bedford on a hold. I think that's that's exactly what's going on. But it was after the punt, so Bedford will get the ball either way.
So we're going to see. Hold on. Yeah.
8:40 left here. Bedford up 14-6. 8:40 left in the game.
Yeah.
Looks like a personal foul, I think he just called. And so
we just
personal foul against Bedford. I don't think that will change the sticks, though. It'll still be the possession. It'll still be Bedford's possession, but that will push them back.
Yeah, that was
well
costly.
Into the territory.
That was
very costly.
Foul.
That took an opportunity at Bedford to go get a couple first downs in Aiello's territory to really probably put the game pretty much out of reach.
Truly 2 scores. So Bill Jennings just told me Channel 23, the video portion of it is down. Online video is down. So the audio is up, and also if you listen to radio, it's up.
Look,
so here we go. Bedford with the ball, handoff coming this way. And big pickup.
Yeah, many misses on tackles right there. Central not able to wrap up.
That was Northfleet.
But Northfleet has the power
big time
to get through people. He's been such a significant part of this football team this year, and he's really got big yardage for him when they needed it.
Northfleet and Lagulon in the backfield with Morgan. Wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, with the clock ticking away and working against Central.
Got a one-on-one matchup
and counting.
Got a one-on-one matchup with Cole Glennon out here. Look for Tommy Morgan to fire the ball to him here.
So maybe they're making the check at the line. Morgan ready for the snap. Man in motion. Lagulon hands it to Northfleet. Northfleet far side first down, breaks it at 40. Gets to the 35-yard line.
These are
huge pickup.
Big important chunks of yardage here.
So
6 minutes left in the game. Goffstown up on Memorial 13-7. We need to get some intelligence on that game to find out, is this for real or not? I'd love to know what's going on there.
Bedford with the football and driving into Central territory with 7:41 to go, and Bedford leading 14-6. Again, Lagulon and Northfleet in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Waiting here, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Taking a lot of time. There's Northfleet in motion. Hands off inside. That's Lagulon. Cuts up, gets to the 20-yard line. Big pickup, another first down for Bedford.
He's a heavy load to try to bring down, and he went right back up the gut. Little bit of a reverse pivot there, and a little misdirection play. Bedford pumping up the tempo here.
Bedford really pumping up the tempo, and that's the second time they've moved the sticks after starting out in a big hole after that personal foul starting off this drive. So now Bedford deep. They're actually in the 20-yard line of Central. Bedford with the ball moving from our left to right. Looks like we got Toscano in the backfield. Was that Lagulon with Morgan? Hands off to Toscano, far side over the 20, 15, gets to the stick. Maybe got down to the 10-yard line, and the clock stops by going out of bounds with 6:44 to go. Bedford threatening to put another score up and possibly putting this game away.
Yeah, Bedford running downhill right now. Central kind of playing playing against the millstone, you know how that feels. You get down, momentum changes. That's what happens. Quick score, South up 43-20 on BG with about 6 minutes left.
So looks like Toscano and Lugano in the backfield. Morgan going under center now. It's going to be 2nd and 1, ball on the, looks like the 10-yard line. Now he comes back with the shotgun. That's Toscano in motion, gives it to Lagulon right up the middle. Looks like he got enough for the first down.
I think he does. It's going to be about 9 yards goal to go here. 6:39 left, 14-6.
6:39 to go with 14-6. I'm surprised the clock's not running. It should have been running the whole time. Now it's cranked up, and it is running. It's first down and goal on the 8-yard line. Again, looks like Toscano and Lagulon in the backfield. That goes Toscano far side, 10-5, shooting for the goal line. Gets to about the 1 or 2 yard line. He's knocked out of bounds with 6:22 to go.
Yeah, so they're threatening it deep here. If they get in here, that's going to be an awful long ride in 6 minutes and 22
Big
seconds.
hole.
Central will come back.
Yeah.
They're going to basically just have to go to a no-huddle offense and really go, really try to aerially work the ball down the field.
Not impossible. Based on that last drive, Bedford had their number with 6:22 to go. But 14-6 Bedford with Bedford driving. We got a timeout because we got somebody down on the other side. That looks like, is that Toscano down?
I think it is.
So he's holding on to his, again, lower leg. I hate to say that's a good thing, but it's not a neck, back injury. So something we hope he can, maybe it's a cramp. We hope he can get it up.
I think it's a cramp the way that they're working. They're kind of extending that, the tendons on the foot, it looks like out there.
And
Can't really tell for sure.
And that is Ryan Toscano, who is down for Bedford.
Been a good player for Bedford.
Toscano, the junior, 6 feet, 215 pounds, is in a lot of action with Bedford.
He is, this running game by committee by Bedford is very, very difficult to stop.
So we're sitting here with 6:22 to go. He is up.
I think that's a cramp, Mike.
Yeah, he's just got to come out for a play, which is good.
So that's good news for Bedford. If they're going to come out of this game with a victory, they're going to want to go into Winnacunnet with a full staff of players. Gives an opportunity for Spencer Adams to get another week of rest. Understood he dressed tonight. That's going to be important for him if they can come out of this with a win.
Yeah.
One thing we kind of figured, Mike, a big play in the second half going into the half we thought would be the difference maker. And that certainly seems like that's exactly what's going on here. So Bedford threatening again.
Here we go. 6:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Anagnos in the backfield with Lagulon. Morgan, one to the right, one to the left. This smells like Anagnos all over it. Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Ball's on the, looks like the 2 yard line. Snap comes back. This is Lagulon, and he's in. No one touched him.
Yeah. You could see the
big score by Bedford.
You could see the heads were down, and Bedford was running downhill the last 4 or 5 plays. Central was having a hard time matching up towards the end of the game here, and that really widens the gap and makes the likelihood of a comeback that much less.
20-6 Bedford. Aiello ready to put on, trying to tag that another point on to make it 21, which will be a big ball. Is down, kick is up, and it is good with, no good. No, went
good.
far
right.
To the right. So 20-6, so it's a 14-point lead. It's still 2 possessions, but with 6:18 to go, and all momentum on Bedford's side now. Central would have to do something miraculous to come back to this game. It's possible, but we see right now how Bedford is dominating in this game.
Well, we said in the keys to the game in the very beginning that in order for Central to come out with a win today, they were going to have to play mistake-free football. And we talked about turnovers, and we talked about special teams play. Those are always important parts of the game.
I just wanted to point out, Coach Stank just had a discussion with 2 officials at the end, pointing out something. He was irate that something wasn't called against one of his plays, and it might have been why Aiello missed that extra point. But he was really in the grill of a couple of those officials in a respectful way, but very animated of trying to get his point across. So here we go. Aiello ready to kick this thing off, going from our left to right. Central will take over the ball, trailing 20-6 with 6:18 to go in the season of one of these teams. And it looks like at this point it might be Central. But here we go. Central will get the ball, at the 10-yard line, 15, 20, far side, cuts it up, 25, gets to the 30, big run back. Boy, gets up
That's
almost
important.
to the 40. That's huge.
Important for Central to get all that yardage, shortens the distance. But, you know, in this situation, if there was 8 or 9 minutes left, I would say you could methodically work it down the field. But in this case, you've really got to step up the high-tempo offense right now.
Well, you know also that that he's going to be ready to chuck the ball downfield. And Central's going to take over the ball on the 37-yard line, trying to go and get in the end zone with 6:10 to go in the game, and Central trailing 20-6 here at Bedford Bulldog Stadium.
We'll see what they come out with, Mike. I think they have to stick to the plan that's worked for them.
So 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Ready for the snap. Snap comes back, fires far side, and that was broken up.
Again, threw into triple coverage. Had 2 single coverages, Mike, over here. I'm surprised he didn't come over this way.
Well,
he was looking to the right all along.
He went right all. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah,
he was looking right all the way.
Yeah, and
no way.
That's how he got intercepted over there. Earlier in the game when Mapini took it downfield.
So 2nd down and 10.
He had the time.
Ball on the Central 37-yard line with 6:06 to go. Hockham trying to get this Central club moving here. They come out 2 to the right, 2 to the left, single back in the backfield. Hockham straight back, looks this way, fires. That is, wow, you know, that should have been caught.
Yeah.
But it was the old classic look before you catch, and that was number 6 for Central.
Bedford had him. You know, Bedford's going to give that up it was 6:02 left with a 2-touchdown lead. Bedford's going to give that up every single time, and they still didn't execute and get out of bounds. But you're going to not prevent, but you're going to drop back and you're going to make sure you're behind your receivers.
What's the number one thing as a receiver you have to do? You have to catch it first before you look upfield, and Gilmet did the opposite. He looked upfield and he dropped the ball.
Correct. It's an incremental process. He had the opportunity to get out of bounds too and have a 3-second, 4-second play and get 5 yards. Now they're 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, ball's on the 37-yard line. This is a big play for Central. 2 to the right, 3 to the left, empty backfield. Hockham straight back, steps up, still looks downfield, steps up, fires downfield, and that is caught. What a great catch for a 1st down.
Wow. Yeah, that's Alex Gilmet.
And
very athletic catch right
down,
there.
So it looks like, and that's in the area of holding. This could be
I think
huge.
You're right.
We've got against Central.
Is that an illegal player downfield?
Could be an illegal player downfield. Ask.
What was the call there?
Ineligible man
downfield.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yep.
Nice. Well, that was a killer because that was a 1st down. They moved the sticks on that one.
Yeah, they did.
So talk about that. The line. So you got Hockham back there trying to buy some time to throw. What was it? The lineman?
I think a lineman went down. They usually give him a yard or 2, but you got to be in contact with the defensive player. Well, as soon as you release and separate yourself, Mike, at that point the ref has to call that, and that's exactly what he did.
So it's 3rd and 15 now. Ball's on the 33-yard line. Central, this is and again, if you're Ryan Ray, is this 2-down territory for you? Are you going to give up the ball? Are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Oh, I mean, you absolutely have to go for it.
On their own 33.
Yeah. But this is why that 1st down play would have had 2nd and 5 is so important, Mike, and out of bounds, stop the clock. Now it's running.
Hockham, empty backfield, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Ready to take the snap. Snap comes back, Hockham comes back, looks to scramble, fires downfield deep, and it is incomplete.
So it's going to be this is going to be it.
This is going to be interesting on what Coach Ray wants to do here. If you're Coach Ray, listen, you can't win on anything he does.
No.
If he punts it away, you're giving it to Bedford with 5:14. All they're going to do is ground it on the ground. And if you go for it and miss, then you're giving it to Bedford. But it looks like he is punting it. So it's 4th and 15 on the 33. Central's going to punt this thing away. We did see him fake it once today, but that was Revere in the backfield. He hasn't been back in the game. It is punted away. Bedford's just going to let this thing go.
Yep.
Going to get down to the 29-yard line.
Boy.
It was
Wow.
there was a little bit of a love tap at the end. He got away with it. The Central kid got away with it.
Yeah, he sure did. Mumpini was
he was backing away.
Yeah,
backing
great
away,
discipline
yeah.
right there. And that's the kind of things that coaches like to see, is be aware of how important it is to win the game.
Yeah, that could have been a free 15-yarder.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, could have, yeah.
I think he was arguing with the ref that he was blocking Mumpini, but there's no blocking because he backed away.
Well, everybody has a right to the ball, Mike, while it's still live, though.
True.
You know what I mean?
So we're going to have Anagnos and Lagulon in the backfield with Morgan. Bedford's going to go one to the right, one to the left. There should be a dose of running right here.
Yep, no question.
So here it is, Anagnos, far side, trying to cut it up. Cuts it up a little bit.
It's all right.
Maybe, 4 yards on that one?
Yeah, but Bedford's winning the line of scrimmage all the way down the field. I mean, Anagnos is able to run that lateral movement and then cut up field, grab an extra couple yards. Going to wind the clock down here.
No, Central just called the timeout.
Yeah, and he's got to stop the clock now. I mean, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he used his first timeout. He's got 2 more, and you're going to see a few more of those coming up. But Bedford with a 20-6 lead here at a very cool but crisp night here in Bedford, New Hampshire. Beautiful night for fall football with the visiting Little Green trying to get into the playoffs, as is Bedford. And Bedford's on the leading end of a 20-6 lead with 4:49 to go in the game, Steve.
Yeah, that you got. I think the adjustments that Bedford made on Central were adequate to maintain the score, but this is really about good adjustments on both sides. The only thing I would say on the Central side of the offense is that at a precious time in the game, they went to the Rivera running I formation, and that cost them a possession. But the real tale of the tape here is the errant pass that he threw, that Hawking threw into coverage.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought he played a very bright game, and he didn't have much choice on the intentional grounding, but.
That looks like Norfleet and Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. It's going to go to Norfleet. Finds a little hole.
I think he's got it.
First down.
Yeah, it's a first down.
Nice run by Thomas Norfleet.
They got a great core of running by committee here. Thomas Norfleet and Aganos lead the way, and then you've got Lagulin, you've got Toscano. I mean, this is a great. I mean, anybody can take a rest at any time and get a break in the game, and that depth is just so critical. When you want those players out in the field on both sides of the ball, and
Crowley,
they can take a break.
Mumpini, Lagulon,
Absolutely.
Glennon, Shabrick. You've got Toscano, Anagnos, Norfleet. Run, pass, throw. You got plenty of weapons.
Absolutely. And I give Coach Stank credit. He understands what Tommy Morgan can do.
Yep.
He doesn't try to make him do things he can't. And as he develops them more and more each week, and he says, "Hey, let's all gather around, Tom, do the very best we can to make this to win this game as a team together." And
so after
did a good job.
Central just spent their second timeout with 4:43 to go in the game. Same formation. Looks like Norfleet and Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan, one to the right, one to the left. That's Lagulon in motion. This is going to be handed off coming this way. That looks like, I don't know who that was. Anagnos. That was.
I think it was Aganos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not a big deal. They're trying to get them to use all their timeouts and then work the time off the clock.
Yeah, which they just did. They just used
play the
their
mathematics
third
game.
Timeout.
Yeah. Play that game.
So we're going to come up here now. It's going to be 2nd and 10 with 4:35. So now it's important for Bedford to keep this ball on the ground and keep pounding it. And let's face it, if they get another first down, this game is over.
Oh, there's no question.
Because they can't stop the clock anymore because Central just used their third timeout.
Yeah. I mean, the Central's already in one drive onside kick, try to make 3 or 4 plays. But the key is now they've used those timeouts and the capability of stopping the clock. So the critical part of this game was 6 to 7 minutes left, and when it was 6:20 and they had the ball, that was really. High school's not like the pros. The field is much smaller. When you get into the NFL, they're that much faster. You can get down the field quicker. They're stopping the clock for everything other than sneezing, and you can do it.
So that looks like Norfleet and Lagulon in the backfield. Bedford comes out 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Morgan ready for the direct snap. Direct snap comes back, fakes it, goes back to pass, fires this side. Lagulon caught 30, 50-yard line, steps over 45-yard line.
Yeah,
Looks
he's
like
got him
might have
out of
stepped
bounds.
out of
He's got him
bounds.
out of bounds, yeah. But give
more-
Tommy credit. Did a nice job there finding his receiver.
But more importantly, first down. They just moved the sticks.
Absolutely.
So now if you're Bedford, do you even want to throw the ball the rest of the game, or do you just put it on the ground and let that clock tick?
I think that Coach Stank wants to get into about inside of 3 minutes before he just runs the ball out. I think he's still playing his offense more conservative. He's been playing conservative all game and understood why.
Yeah.
I think he's just a big believer in his defense. But, and I think he's had that feeling all game long.
So we have an official timeout, and I think they're going to measure this thing, Steve. Yep, here come the sticks.
Wow.
So it's close. Well, we thought it was a first down, but, what do we know? We're up here.
That play doesn't happen, that interception. This could be a very different ball game.
So Jeff Deloy's the officials out there. Okay,
Yep,
umpire Mark Frazier, lineman Jay Kelly, lineman Andre Ariel, and Mark Redmond, back
That
judge.
did a nice job tonight.
And that is what they give him, Steve. As a rattling line, it is a 1st and 10 on the 40.
Whoop.
Looks like the 49-yard line.
One of the flag guys fell over. Is he shaking up? I think he might have got hurt out there, or hurt feelings, one or the other.
I'd say it's a little of both.
Yeah, it looked like his left leg had got hurt.
Well, there's all kinds of danger out in the football field, whether you got the sticks or you're got the hat or you're in the game.
How about those guys? Those guys with the sticks
do a great job.
It is the best seat in the house. You get to walk, go right. I mean, there's just nothing like it.
So chain crew, Steve. Chain crew, give him a little
chain
love
crew.
out there.
James Joseph, Larry Lacombe, Dennis Looney, and Ron Pernard. Who was that, Ken, that got injured out there? That was Ronnie Pernard. Ronnie, we're with you, brother.
Man in motion, hands off. Crowley almost lost it, picks it up. He's on the ground, got 5 yards, but more importantly, the clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, and I think Crowley had his size set on more yardage than that, and all of a sudden it got him on the back of the side there.
Well, he had the ball on his hip for a while, and then he corralled it in, So
we're going to just to give a quick shout while we're waiting here. We talked about the chain crew. Team doctor is Greg Sauhegian. Athletic trainer Eric Galinas for Bedford, since it's the last game, home game of the year. Clock operator Ken Grassett. Announcer Steve Kelleher. And spotter Steve Lang.
Anagnos in the backfield. Morgan ready for the direct snap. Hands off to Anagnos. Comes this way. Gets to the 40,
Boy, he
almost
fights
the
for
40-yard line. He does fight, doesn't he? So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 1. With 3:41 to go.
Yeah.
And this is 2-down territory for Bedford for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, once it got inside, get a 3 on the front there, that's when Coach Stank's going to run the ball with a 2-score lead. That's customary.
So
I don't think you're going to see the ball in the air again, Mike.
No, 3rd and 1. First down here, and they could probably just take 3 knees and walk off the field.
Right.
So we're going to have 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Anagnos in the backfield with Morgan waiting for the direct snap. Morgan takes it, direct snap up the middle, first down, gets to the 35 and almost to the 32-yard line. That's going to probably do it with 3 minutes and 8 seconds.
And no timeouts for Central.
And no timeouts. They're just waiting for the sticks to set before they wind this clock. And
we're going to give one quick shout out here to WBNHLP of Bedford 105.1 FM. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back to give the TV credits in a second. Go ahead, Mike.
So here we go. Bedford, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like Anagnos in the backfield. Morgan comes back. Lagulon cuts up to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and brought down by a host.
Did he bend his leg back? I hope he's okay.
Yeah, that was.
It looks like he is.
That was an awkward tackle.
Wow.
But he got right up. So he's coming off he's staying back in, so he's in good shape. So now we're inside the 10-yard line. They're winding this clock. And Bedford's ready to put some more points in this game and really cement it, but this thing's over. I thought 3 knees would be enough. But here we go. In the backfield, we've got Norfleet with Morgan. Morgan waiting for the snap. And it's given to Norfleet, far side. Tries to break a tackle. He's brought down there. Nice open field
Boy,
tackle.
that was a nice open field tackle. 32
So,
it looked like from Central. Give him credit for that one. Mikhail Nama. Nice open field tackle.
We're going to go under 2 minutes right now in the game, and it looks like it's going to be in the season for Central. Is going to end up on the losing end of this score. Bedford up 20-6 under 2 minutes to go. And it looks like your Bedford Bulldogs will win this thing and go on to play Winnacunnet next week.
They made the big plays, Mike, when they needed to make them.
In Hampton. So here we go. Morgan, Norfleet in the backfield. Ready for the direct snap. Hands it to Norfleet, cuts it up, and he's in.
He's in.
Touchdown.
That's going to widen the gap a little bit.
Yeah. And they're going to. So that makes it 26-6, and Bedford just put the icing on the cake here, Steve.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Mike. They're running the ball right between the tackles. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. There's no showboat right there.
No, it's big boy football.
That's big boy football, and Coach Stank is doing the classy thing by running in between the tackles. They're just explosive right now, and they're like I said, they've been playing downhill pretty much most of the way through the end of the third quarter there. They've been playing that way.
Aiello looking to add an extra point to make it 27. He missed his last one. And we got
looks like somebody left early.
Looks like Central was jumped off sides there. And I remember that last extra point. I know Coach Stank was furious.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Heated discussion with the officials, about something that happened to one of his players, and he wasn't happy about it.
Well, you have a game, you think you got it in hand, and the last thing you want is come out at the end of the game with an injury. So he's just making sure that he's advocating for his players and for a good, safe play.
So it's against Bedford. Boy, they called that against Bedford, Steve.
I don't think Aiello will mind that 5 yards much.
It shouldn't matter.
You stop playing a close game in these playoff games coming up, Mike. A guy like a kicker like Aiello is so important to be able to know you can get down to the 30-yard line. You have a shot.
Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good.
No, it's off to the right.
Good. Once again, off to the right. Wow, sorry about that.
Same space.
26-6.
Boy, I spoke too soon, Mike.
With 1:31 to go, Bedford, all they need to do is kick it off to Central and get into the locker room and go on and start thinking about Winnacunnet.
Well, let's start talking about Central. Give them their due. They came in here. They fought a hard game for 3 quarters.
Yeah, went up 6-zip.
Went up 6-zip.
Early.
They played tough. A lot of good open field tackling. I think Ryan's done a good job with this football team, and he's coming back with a senior quarterback next year that's going to be a very, very solid, certainly in one of the top quarterbacks in Division I coming
Alex
back.
Hockham, look for this kid next year because he did a heck of a job as a junior this year and brought Central. So Central will finish up with a 5-4 record, and Bedford will finish up with a 6-3 record, and they're gonna go on, as we said, to Winnacunnet.
Yeah, and they're gonna start dancing. Yeah.
So
Winnacunnet, tough place to play football.
Tough place to play, and they're Winnacunnet's undefeated, right? What they do today? Do they play today or they play tomorrow? Anyways,
they're playing tonight.
Bedford just kicked off to Central, and nice open field tackle. Was that Anna
47? No, that was 47. Jack? No, not Jack. What is it? 42.
Owen Brown.
Owen Brown.
Yeah, nice tackle, Owen.
Thought it said 7, but it's a 2.
It's getting late.
Yeah.
It's getting late. It's getting cold.
I don't have a problem with the lateness. It's the coolness.
It's a little cool here, and we're inside the enclosure. So
we loved it in the beginning of the game, but it's dropped down 10 degrees, I think.
Well, we loved it in September.
I did not. I like the fall, but.
So here Central's going to start off on their own 23, 1st and 10, 1:27 to go. There's no quitting the Central team. They're going to have a dogfight here till the end. And we have, looks like, is that Matt?
Gilroy.
Gilroy's out there for Central. So we got Matt Gilroy, who's a senior quarterback. So there's a classy move by Ryan Ray, bringing his senior in on his last couple of plays and letting his senior get a couple snaps.
Why not?
Classy move by Ryan Ray.
Why not? And, no one's arguing. Hockham clearly won the job, brought this team to, a last game of the year playoff game.
Yeah, but listen.
But to put him in like that is just a great gesture.
It's a great gesture for a kid who's probably not going to play football going forward, and gets into the last game, gets a couple snaps. Good memory.
And don't ever underestimate, we saw it here tonight, how important to have a ready backup quarterback is.
So
we got one on Bedford right now.
Gilroy coming under center with 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 in the backfield in the I formation. Gilroy taking the snap, second man through, hands off, and he's immediately stopped and dragged down by a Bedford defender, and that was a nice job. That looks like, trying to get a number there, 66 for Bedford. And that was Cole Wheeler, Jr. So 24 seconds and counting, and it doesn't look like Central's even going to run a play. They're just going to let this thing clock wind down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And Bedford's going to walk out of here with a 26-6 lead here at Bedford Bulldogs Stadium, moving on to the first round of the playoffs against Winnacunnet, and what a great game. The game is over. We're gonna wrap this thing up. I want to thank Harry Kozlowski from the radio side, Chris Gentry, always great behind the scenes, Bill Jennings on the camera. My name is Mike Robinson for Steve Beals. The final score here in Bedford is Bedford Bulldogs 26, the Central Little Green 6.
We'll be in Winnacunnet.
We'll be in Winnacunnet next week. We're going to stay tuned, look at the radio station, and see what the time is. We're not sure what that's going to be, but look forward to seeing you next time. And, Steve, nice job.
Thank you. Same here, Mike.
Take care.